located in Gonzales, Louisiana, the local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Rick Carlisle will pay $35,000 for his monologue about the officiating so far in the Knicks-Pacers series. Game 3 tonight in Indianapolis. No OG Anunoby for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson questionable with a sore right foot. But the Knicks have a 2-0 series lead, and ESPN's Kendrick Perkins gives them credit.
Don't come give me all this about, oh, they're only playing 6 guys, and these guys are playing heavy minutes, and Tom Thibodeau, he's not doing this right when it comes down to his substitution. Well, you know what he's doing? You know what he is doing right? Yeah. He's getting the best out of his players.
Kendrick Perkins on NBA Today. Game 3, Pacers and Knicks, coverage at 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and TV. The TV side will also have Game 3 for the Nuggets and Timberwolves in Minneapolis. The reigning champs trail 2-0. A 45-year-old suspect in Kansas pleads guilty to cutting down and stealing a Jackie Robinson statue from a Wichita Youth Baseball League. Ricky Alderete will be sentenced in July.
As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt. That was low. Shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Muso. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. The Riot Radio Hours return. All right, Theriot will be here next hour. We'll look forward to that. So, a lot to get to. We'll talk plenty of LSU-Alabama, getting ready for that big weekend series in Tuscaloosa. Ryan's letter, Kick Rocks, all the stuff. Ask Ryan. Mincy's here in hour 3 for our picks. We'll do all that. We're looking forward to it. We might have to get some like soap opera music to accompany this. It feels like another installment of As the Transfer Portal Turns. Keeping an eye on LSU's search for a defensive tackle. And we've run through this a good bit already, but another day has brought another target for LSU in the transfer portal. So Friday, Pete Nakos from On3 tweeted that LSU is among the teams in the mix for a defensive tackle prospect out of Michigan State. Now, this is a little bit of a winding path, but his name is Brandon Lane. And Brandon Lane started his college career in North Dakota and then went to Stephen F. Austin and had announced a transfer to Michigan State, and then a week ago decommitted from Michigan State, now back in the portal. And he has had some big boy offers. And I say this often, and I'm not saying that this is the only thing that matters, but by and large, one of the things that I do pay attention to when you're looking at recruits and prospects and different things like that is, okay, well, who else is interested? Like, if you're LSU and you're in the mix with, I don't know, Tulsa and Vandy's the one Power 5 and it's a bunch of G5s, maybe I'm wrong for that, but I'm going to judge a book by its cover. If you have offers from the big boys in college football and that's the battle you're fighting, then yeah, I'm going to be a little more interested. So Brandon Lane, just as a quick thumbnail here, again, Stephen F. Austin. Interestingly, they've got him listed, I think this was his high school profile. They got him listed at 6'5", 265 at On 3. But I've seen, that was back in 2020, I've seen his profile above 300 pounds. So you're looking like at a big physical interior defensive lineman, a run stuffer, a space eater, who might be a target. By the way, out of Lee Summit, Missouri. Wasn't there another guy yesterday we talked about from Lee Summit, Missouri? There was somebody in around the SEC. Wasn't there? We did this yesterday.
Yeah, but I can't remember who it was because we went through Lang and the Finnegans and...
Yeah. How about Lee Summit? Who knew that was such a little hotbed of talent, huh?
Thriving athletic community.
At least as it points toward Baton Rouge, anyway. Yeah. Is Lee Summit like in the greater St. Louis area?
I believe so, yes.
I mean, that would make sense if it's like a suburb of a major metropolitan area. But anyway, yeah, Lee Summit. Who knew? I'm going to repeat again. Yeah?
Kansas City.
Okay.
Suburb of Kansas City by Overland Park.
Ashton Larson over there. How about
Ashton Larson.
How about that? Well, Kansas City's a big area.
It is.
I get that.
It's in 2 states.
It is. So my sister lives in Kansas City, Kansas. Technically Overland Park.
Right.
But yes, but on the where Ashton Larson.
Yeah, Lee Summit is like adjacent to Overland Park, but in Missouri.
Well, this was a fun little geography
How about that,
lesson.
man?
We're learning stuff
There's a test later, so everybody better take a
There
notes.
won't be a test. Let's talk about Brandon Lane instead of having a test. How about that? A good idea? They can't see you shrug your shoulders.
I like that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Eventually, I won't have to say they can't see you shrug your shoulders. But maybe not, Muse. How about this? So last year, 44 tackles, 1.5 sacks, not a 6.5 TFLs. So not a guy that totally stuffed the stat sheet. And for what it's worth, I think this feels like another body. And I keep looking at LSU's target of a defensive lineman. And now I can't help but wonder, are you targeting a defensive lineman just for the sake of targeting a defensive lineman? Maybe Brandon Lane could come in. Look, this is a guy, as we just mentioned, was committed to Michigan State, and he has some other big-time offers. That was the point that I was getting to, if you'll forgive me before I got derailed a little bit with the Lee Summit tangent. But LSU, USC, Colorado, NC State, among those that have been interested. Mentioned he had been committed to Michigan State, now decommitted. So he's got P5 interest, but the real question is, are we talking about a guy that would come to LSU and is a better option than the guys you already have? And I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. So 2 years of eligibility remaining. And Brandon Lane is another guy that you could throw into the mix as LSU is targeting there in the transfer portal. Brian Kelly did a couple of interviews this week with Jacques Doucet and with Michael Cobble, and obviously we've had a lot of conversations about the NIL portion of that. When Kelly did his interview with Cobble, Cobble asked him the question if he painted himself into a corner. It's one of the things that I've wondered. Like, when Brian Kelly said point blank, the only position we'd be targeting in the portal is defensive tackle, or we need to go get another defensive tackle, it made it feel like a must. And while that might be your biggest need, a starting caliber player is one thing, but just adding a player to add a player feels entirely different. Here was Kelly's answer to that.
No, because I think the spring puts you in that position. We were really much more interested in managing our roster first, and then looking at the defensive tackle position. Now, we're not done at the defensive tackle position. We're going to continue to recruit. We still think that there's some players out there that warrant bringing to campus, and we're going to be doing that over the next couple of days and the next probably week. But I think you have to understand that the spring portal is not about going out and finding players as much as it is making sure that you get your roster set. December and January is really where you're trying to build your roster because everybody's doing it at that time. So everybody's got an eye towards a particular player. If you're looking for a particular guy in March and April, you better get the Brinks truck rolled up to the building.
He's right. He's right. Like, that's the problem, right? So can we all agree in this cycle there were 2, maybe 3, if you want to include Philip Bleedy, 3 really elite defensive tackle prospects. You had Dominic Williams, you had Simeon Barrow, Philip Bleedy. Like, you had those 3. Well, everybody that needed a defensive tackle were going after those 3, which drove the market up. He's right. And he says the time to do that is in December, January. Okay, why didn't you do it then, right? Like, at that point, you knew that you were losing Jefferson and Smith and Wingo. So when you're talking about, like, roster maintenance and roster management, yeah, I agree with you. Like, you shouldn't be frantically trying to fill a spot in May because the pool that you're fishing in is pretty shallow. And if there is a big fish, everyone's going after it. The time to do it is then. Well, you didn't do it then. And that's the problem that's the conundrum that you find yourself in now, that you feel a little desperate. And I'm going to continue to say this. And maybe this is something where we clip it and come back at the end of the year, but it feels like any player you add right now, I would be more inclined to think Jalen Lee, Sean Washington, Demyron Johnson, Dominic McKinley, Gio Paez, that group, I'd be more inclined to think that group of players would outperform anyone you'd sign at this point if it wasn't a plug-and-play starter like Williams or Barrow, the guys we just mentioned. So, look, they're going to keep targeting interior defensive linemen. Clearly, they feel like it's a need. The spring revealed that. I don't know that any of the guys we're talking about are better options than the ones you have. So it feels like the best option is go coach up the ones you have. All right, we're brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Show open every day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy in Louisiana with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR. Hey, the Dive Bar Tour was last night in Prairieville. Next week, the Dive Bar Tour is hitting Homa. So I would strongly recommend, if you're not, go follow Mockler on their social media channels. You get all the info there. Look, LSU baseball this weekend. They're in Tuscaloosa against Alabama. Cheers to the champs, the official beer of the LSU Tigers, the national champion baseball team. So if you're going to watch LSU take the series against Alabama this weekend and game 1 tonight, make sure you got plenty of ice-cold Bud Light, the official beer of the LSU Tigers and the official beer of AFR. Drink easy in Louisiana with the great taste of Bud Light. Oh, also, coming, you might have seen a few weeks ago that Dustin Poirier became an official spokesperson for Bud Light. And you probably know this as well, that Dustin Poirier is about to headline a UFC card less than a month from right now. We are working with our friends over at Mockler and a great venue here in town as well. I don't want to give away too much yet until we have all the details. I'll be on a call on this Monday to finalize the details. But we're planning a UFC 302 watch party. So Poirier's headlining. It's going to be an awesome fight with Makhachev. If you love MMA, that's huge. If you just love Dustin Poirier because he's a Lafayette guy, awesome. So our friends at Mockler and Bud Light are going to be involved. We have a venue. We think we have a venue where we're going to be able to show the fight. They've committed, but I want to make sure we have all the deets before I give it all away. But mark that date. It's June 1. Saturday, June 1, and if you don't have plans, you want to watch the fight, we're going to be watching it together and have a really cool event. So look forward for details on that next week, courtesy of our friends at Mockler Beverage and Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, official beer of Dustin Poirier. All right, it's after further review, y'all. Let me knock out my first break. We'll come back. If you want to get in any reaction to the convo there about the defensive tackle, you can feel free. Email us, tweet us, text us. And when we come back, Tyron Mathieu, I wanted to do this yesterday at the end of the show. We flat ran out of time, so we'll start today with it. Tyron Mathieu was on RG3's podcast and covered a lot of ground. why he chose to return to New Orleans, his feelings on the Marshon Lattimore situation, drafting Kool-Aid McKinstry, all that sort of stuff. We'll get to what Tyron had to say when we come back on AFR.
AFR.
Okay, y'all, Mother's Day is this weekend. It is a great time, if you've not gotten that gift yet for Mom, to get by Clegg's Nursery. There's 4 locations: Cing near Airline, LA-16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Tell you every day, buy local, shop local, and listen, this is an awesome time to go get something for Mom. Maybe that beautiful plant or that flower, arrangement that you may want to plant for Mom to beautify the gardens. Great ideas for Mom from the kids as well. Maybe Mom's a green thumb. Get her a gift card from Clegg's. Let her go pick out what she wants. Or maybe something to beautify and enhance your outdoor experience. You could find it at Clegg's. If it's bird feeders or tuned wind chimes, outdoor decor, they've got it all at Clegg's Nursery. So Cing near Airline, LA-16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Thrill Mom on Mother's Day with a gift from Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local, Clegg's Nursery.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
I'm glad to have you rolling aboard with us here. Theriot in 42 minutes from right now. Excited to have the Riot Radio hours back. Theriot spent the spring coaching his son Houston, who's about to graduate from Dunham. Their baseball season, though, came to an end last week. So congratulations on a great career for young Houston, Theriot. Good luck in graduation and what's next. But Ryan will be back with us today. Baseball coaching on Dunham's team and kind of taking him away a little bit, which Totally understand, but excited to have him back. We'll talk a lot of LSU baseball. I also want to talk to Theriot about William Schmidt. If you haven't heard or seen, William Schmidt is the pitcher at Catholic High. Yes, Catholic High. But more important, he's the best player in the state of Louisiana, and he is a projected first-round draft pick. He's an LSU signee, but he is a projected first-round draft pick. I had a scout tell me that William Schmidt's curveball would be a top 10 pitch in Major League Baseball today. You can take that for what it's worth. That's from a Major League scout who told me that if William, not saying as a finished product, like that pitch would be a top 10 pitch in Major League Baseball today. So a real steep hill to climb to get him to campus, but Theriot has worked with William Schmidt forever, and I want some perspective on that. So we'll talk tons of baseball with Theriot today when he's here with us as well. All right, glad to have you aboard. Friday show is brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Tyron Mathieu was a guest on RG3 and the Ones That's RG3's podcast. And, the safety spot for the Saints this offseason is one that I've focused on a good bit, because after they cut Marcus May, and the way I've phrased this, and I believe this, look, Marcus May missed 17 games the last 2 years. Okay. It's like a full season. Nothing lost in cutting Marcus May. I mean, you invested a 3-year contract into him. You gave him a lot of money. It didn't work out. It happens sometimes with free agents. Suspensions, injuries, whatever. Well, when May was out last year, the 10 games he missed, you saw Jordan Howden and Jonathan Abrams start in his place. And the Saints were a top 10 pass defense. So I don't think losing Marcus May and sort of leaning on Howden and Abram in whatever capacity is a bad thing. The problem was you were down a body at that position you didn't replace. Well, now they've signed Will Harris from Detroit, and so you've added a young veteran who can be a special teams guy for you, a rotational player, can play either safety spot. So I feel much better about it. But the other part, too, is Tyron. Tyron had, a Pro Bowl caliber season back in 2019 when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. And, the only thing that really at times has limited Tyron's career has been injuries. But when he's been healthy and played full seasons, he's been a really good NFL player. Again, Pro Bowler in 2015, 2019, and 2020. And it's hard to believe, but Tyron's career goes all the way back now to 2013. Guy's been in the league more than a decade. He's played in 163 games with 154 starts. The last 2 years, Tyron Mathieu has not only played in, but started every game for the Saints. He has started all 34 games in which he has played for the New Orleans Saints. So this is a guy that at this point in his career, even into his 30s, has managed to stay healthy and been productive. And last year, Tyron Mathieu was the Saints' best defensive player. He was, let me rephrase. I shouldn't say that. Demario Davis is your best defensive player. But after Demario Davis, Tyron was certainly your best defender in the secondary, and he was the best defensive player after Demario Davis. So looking at this point in his career, however, when he's obviously won a championship with Kansas City, came home to New Orleans with an opportunity to play for the Saints, we hoped would get the Saints over the hump. Part of that, when they signed Jarvis, they signed Tyron, everybody's really excited. But you've missed the playoffs the last 2 years. And Tyron's back in New Orleans again in 2024, and I think it was fair to ask, why would you return to New Orleans when, at this point in your career, and you're still playing at a high level, why wouldn't you seek an opportunity to go to a team that has a better chance to win a championship? And Tyron was asked why he decided to sign an extension in New Orleans.
Well, when I came here, man, there was a lot of expectations. And I'd probably say the last couple of years hasn't really gone, the way we wanted it to go. So I was like, man, I came here, obviously to serve my community, but man, I want to win too, And right. So now I have another opportunity, another chance to help this team win, help this city win. I just felt like I didn't do enough, the last couple of years. So I was definitely grateful, to have another opportunity to, help the team win, man. Because as you know, man, it's all about wins and losses.
I mean, I don't know that you could say it any more plainly. I mean, he said, look, I did come here to help my community, but that's felt like an added bonus. you were coming to an organization that had won the division 4 straight years up until 2020 when Drew Brees retired. Obviously the injury to Jameis in 21 really sucked, but you felt like, all right, here was your opportunity to bounce back, and the expectations were high again in 22. And then obviously bringing Carr in 23, but it hasn't happened, which is why it's fair to say, do you exit stage left? And I don't think anybody would have blamed Tyron if he would have gone somewhere with an opportunity, because yes, serving his community is part of it, but you heard him say it, want to win. So the part that is the big conundrum for New Orleans is like, how close are they really to contending? Here's what Tyron said to answer that.
The last 2 seasons, we finished the season strong, right? And but when you look at our record, you're like, man, like 7-9, 9-8, just not good enough, right? And I think about a lot of the games we played, a lot of one-score games. How can we put the work in throughout the off season, throughout camp? Like, how can we grow closer so that we do win 2, 3, 4, more games? Because we have the players to do it, right? And we've had opportunities to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we just haven't done it. And so if we could just, man, focus on the work and then, man, just win those games that you're supposed to. We're not that far off. Like I said, 7-9 and 9-8. Like, all you need is 3, 4 more wins, man. And, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. They were 11-6. It could happen. You know what I mean? But you have to find a way to create that momentum.
It's the most dangerous part of that conversation when you live in that perpetual state of mediocrity. When you live in that 7, 8, 9 win range. Tyron is right. He is right. Like, I can think back, the one we talked about all season last year was Green Bay. Like, if you finish the game against Green Bay, you're in the playoffs. Period. You win the division, you're in the playoffs. And then once you're in, who knows? And you're a division champ, so you're hosting a first-round game. Yeah, I could argue that. I could also say, look at how much you struggled to beat a team like Chicago with a Division II, I don't even remember the kid's name. The kid from Division II who played quarterback for a minute and a half in Chicago. What was his name?
Bagent.
Tyler Bagent.
Tyson Bagent.
Tyson Bagent. Tyson or Tyler? Bagent? Yeah, that kid.
Now you got me
Isn't this the point?
guessing. Yes.
But isn't this the point? Like, you won that game by 7. You couldn't run away from a team being quarterbacked by a Division II rookie. So, yeah, you're a game away from being 10-7, winning the division in the postseason. You're also a game the other way away from a losing record. And that's the tough part about the conversation when you live in this perpetual state of mediocrity. And that's the thing that, in my opinion, has handcuffed this organization. Because you can see the top of the mountain. You're close enough to see it, but you're not capable. Your legs aren't strong enough to climb the rest of the way. That's the problem. So when you're that close, do you have the humility to say, you know what? I know we're close, but we don't have enough to get there. So do we just keep staying here, spinning our wheels? Or do we take a few steps back so that way we can take the necessary leap forward to get to the top of the mountain? And that's the thing that's tantalizing. When you're a veteran like Tyron and you're at the end of your career, and every year, every opportunity is sacred because you know you're running out of time, like, you don't have time to go through a rebuild, which is why I think it would have been really understandable if he had said, I'm going to tap out, I'm going to go try to win another one somewhere else, and nobody would have blamed him. This was interesting as well. And again, this was Tyron Mathieu on RG3's podcast, RG3 and the Ones. And they asked him about Dennis Allen, if he thought Dennis Allen was the right coach for the Saints.
Well, he's a good coach, man. Especially on the defensive side of the ball. I've been around some of the best. I played under Romeo Crennel. I played under Todd Bowles. I played under Spagnuolo, in Kansas City, right? And he's up there, man. Like, he's on. I like to tell people too, man, like, sometimes you just go through rough spots. You go through rough patches, but I don't think that's like an indictment on your character. It may just be the season you're in. Like, he's more than capable, of leading us. I think the kind of like what people are saying outside of us, we don't really feel like it. We see him in the hall. We see him in the cafeteria. Like it's always love. You know what I mean? Right. He's always engaging with us. So, and I think as a professional player, like, that's all you can really ask for from your coach.
That's true.
Sometimes you go through a bad season. That's what he said. Dennis Allen's 24-46 as a head coach. 4-12, 4-12, 0-4 fired in Oakland. Got the Saints job, went 7-10 last year, was 9-8 his first winning season. Now, the real question is, do you believe that Dennis Allen going 7-10, 9-8 next year becomes 11-6? Like, do you believe there's another 2-game improvement to get you to 11 wins back in the playoffs and pushing for a championship? Or is it more likely you go the other way or stay where you are? I mean, Vegas has Saints over under 7.5. It's early. See how the rookies play. There's always variables with injuries that you never really can tell. You're tied with Atlanta for the easiest schedule in the NFL this year, so it's manageable. Hopefully Derek Carr's healthy. Mickey Loomis said this week that, blaming Carr's inefficiencies at times last year on the injury bug. We'll see. But I could also say that didn't sound like a resounding endorsement for the coach. The man, yes. The head coach wasn't exactly ringing. One more, though, from Tyron. I thought it was interesting because he was asked about Marshon Lattimore, and in that secondary, it's been the most talked about thing this offseason, whether or not Marshon Lattimore is going to be back, if he's going to be traded, post-June 1, trade, cut, whatever the case may be. You draft Kool-Aid McKinstry. Tyron was asked about how important Lattimore is to that secondary.
He represents everything it means to play defense, for the Saints in Dennis Allen.
Okay.
We play a lot of man-to-man. It's a lot of man-on-man, you know what I mean? And that's your guy. Wherever he goes, you got him. I think we really count on that, in that regard, especially in our division and our conference too, man. Like every team has, a really good receiver, and you have to have a really good corner, right? Or you don't have a chance. And so, he provides us with that security and, he's motivated too. The last couple of years hasn't really gone his way either, and I've talked to him a few times this offseason and like he's itching to get back to it, because people are talking about him.
That's true.
He's one of the best corners in his league.
Yeah.
So, he's definitely motivated, and I think he'll be ready to roll this shit for sure.
If he can stay healthy. All right, it's after further review. We're brought to you by Optimize, GeneratorPeople.com, GeneratorPeople.com. Have you been thinking about a Generac automatic home standby generator? You make one call. Or log on if you'd prefer. GeneratorPeople.com. 4 physical locations. As a matter of fact, their newest location that they just opened is in, I guess it's in Kenner. It's right off the Loyola exit. I mean, you exit Loyola, it is right there. So it doesn't matter where you are in the 10-12 corridor. From Lake Charles to Slidell and every point in between, Optimize has a physical location near you so that way they can sell, service, install your Generac automatic home standby generator. GeneratorPeople.com, GeneratorPeople.com. I want to remind you this as well. Yeah, listen, they have financing. They have their price quote guarantee. Whatever price they give you when they quote it, that's it. There are no more fees. There's nothing added on. The number they give you, boom, that's it. They have a 7-year warranty. As I mentioned, financing to meet any budget. But something else I want to remember, I want to remind you, if you have a generator already installed by another company or even another brand, and you want to join their maintenance program, they'll give you the first inspection, that first visit, totally free. So they'll come out, take a look, and kind of explain the club to you if you're interested in that. And I highly recommend it to make sure that you're getting that standard, regular maintenance on your generator. So that way, when you need it to work, when the power goes out, boom, it's ready. GeneratorPeople.com, GeneratorPeople.com. Y'all call Optimize, Louisiana's #1 Generac dealer. You think I'd endorse anybody other than the best? Optimize, GeneratorPeople.com, GeneratorPeople.com. Okay, let me knock out a quick break. We'll come back and go around the SEC. We'll let you hear a little bit of Jay Johnson previewing tonight's game against Alabama. Game 1 is the Tigers worked out at Sewell Thomas yesterday there in Tuscaloosa. Beautiful since they've renovated it, by the way. I know it's been a few years, but Sewell Thomas really is a jewel now. I mean, I went back there in 99 when Theriot was a freshman and they played in the Super Regional. That place was a dump. I mean, they have so many of the stadiums in the league have been made over in this era. But in any event, we'll let you hear from Jay. We'll go around the SEC, and Theriot's here in 27 minutes. Don't you move. Say AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Watermark Hotel and the Renaissance Hotel, 2 amazing hotel properties in Baton Rouge, the Watermark Downtown, Renaissance Southtown. I mean, amazing amenities. When I tell you every day about the Watermark is Baton Rouge's premier hotel property. The amenities at the Watermark are unmatched. They have 2 in-house restaurants, the Gregory, which we always tell you about, then Milford's on 3rd. Milford's on 3rd is more of like a sandwich shop, more casual. They have a state-of-the-art fitness center. They even have like hanging bags for boxing. They have meeting and event venues. So if you want to have your meeting there, your wedding reception, you do it at the Watermark Hotel. Breakfast, complimentary Wi-Fi, 24-hour front desk. I mean, this is part of the Marriott Bonvoy autograph collection. I'm telling you, if you are interested and you need a place to stay or a place to hold that event, there's no place better in Baton Rouge than downtown at the Watermark Hotel.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $11,000 off the new 23 Dodge Charger. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $11,000 off the powerful new Charger. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
You know, I think our team's in a good mind space right now, and excited about this one. This is a good one. I think this is the one where you could say, hey, we've played our way right back into it, you know, and we're excited about that.
Jay Johnson was guesting off the bench with Hester and T-Bob. Tigers getting ready for a big one tonight in Tuscaloosa against Alabama. Big weekend, obviously, as we've talked about it. Bama's got a top 15 RPI. We had Kendall Rogers on yesterday. Bama's a team that their best case, you know, win-out type scenario, make some noise in Hoover, and maybe you're looking at a potential regional host. Right now they're projected as a 2 seed, which is probably where they land for LSU. Obviously, you go get a series win this weekend. I mean, I can spell it out for you. You know, you started 3-12 with the league. You've won 3 straight weekends. If you get this one now, it's back-to-back really significant weekends. Last week, the #1 team. Now the number 14 RPI team. It's a huge opportunity for LSU if you're able to get it, and then you come home next week against Ole Miss with an opportunity to really solidify your fate and punch your ticket into regional play. So massive opportunity for LSU. Obviously, Gage Jump will be on the bump for LSU. Jump will be on the bump for LSU tonight, and we'll see Luke Holman tomorrow for the Tigers. So we'll talk plenty about it when Theriot's here next hour. We'll get into the weekend and all that's ahead of LSU as they take on Alabama this weekend. The matchup tonight, Greg Ferrone will be on the bump for Alabama. He's a big dude. He's a lefty. Doesn't have great strikeout stuff. He's about a strikeout per inning pitched. But, in 55 and a third innings pitched, 57 strikeouts to 18 walks, and ERA north of 4. Tigers are going to have some opportunities. This is an Alabama staff that doesn't strike out a lot of hitters. So you'll have opportunities to put the ball in play. See if you go maybe be offensive this weekend, get some momentum, and give guys a Gage Jump and Luke Holman a little support there. Lord knows we don't want to have LSU counting on a day 3 win to try to win this series. So game 1 tonight, it's at 6 o'clock on our sister station, Eagle 98.1. You can stream it on the SEC Network Plus. All right, it's After Further Review. Glad you're hanging out here. Theriot in 20 minutes. We're brought to you by Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service. Probably should have saved that one for Theriot so we could yell Shaw Bills. ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Remember, if you go to the website, you will see, if you scroll down, you'll see the Shaw Bills Customer Bill of Rights. How many businesses do this? It's standards that they have set that they believe are rights that every customer is entitled to when they walk in the door at Shaw Bills. Like, that's the thing that differentiates. Tires are a commodity. Lots of places can sell you a tire. But how do they make sure they give you not only the best price, but the best experience? Shaw Bills does that every single day. ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com. Go read the Shaw Bills Customer Bill of Rights. Go look at the Charlie's Dozen, the dozen benefits extended to you when you buy your tires at Shaw Bills. They've taken something that is generally an unpleasant experience for people, spending a lot of money on balled-up rubber to stick on the wheel of your car, and turned it into something that's a pretty enjoyable experience. It's Shaw Bills. They've been doing it for more than 50 years. ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills, where we keep you rolling. Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference, the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
West Virginia cornerback Montre Miller has committed to Mississippi State, making the announcement on Friday. Spent the first 5 years of his career at Kent State, joined West Virginia last year, and now he'll play his 7th season of college football in Starkville. He's played in 39 games with 24 starts for the Golden Flashes.
The South Carolina Gamecocks.
Shane Beamer has already named his starting quarterback. It's Lenoris Sellers. Beamer addressed picking Sellers during an interview in Charleston with some media availability. Said they compete every day in the program, and coming out of spring, they wanted to know who their starting quarterback was, and so he has announced to his team that Lenoris Sellers will be the starter, beating out Auburn transfer Robbie Ashford.
The Vanderbilt Commodores.
Clemson transfer Alex Hemingway has committed to Vandy. Spent 5 seasons in Clemson, now wrap up his career with the Commodores. Played just 5 games this past season. Averaged 5.6 boards per game. He's an excellent shooter. Knocked down 43% of his threes in 5 years at Clemson.
The Ole Miss Rebels.
And Ole Miss dual sport athlete Austin Simmons has a UCL sprain. He'll undergo rehab. Plays football and baseball. Sprained the UCL. Mike Bianco confirmed it on Wednesday. Usually a recovery time between 9 months and a year. Pitched 14 innings this year for the Rebs with a 3.21 ERA as a freshman. Former 4-star prospect. In line to be the third-string quarterback in the fall if he's available, but obviously this injury to the UCL calls that into question. Okay, there you have it. That is Around the SEC. We're brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank vinyl siding. They do it all over at Relief Windows. I want to remind you, if you haven't done it yet, if you've been thinking about windows, maybe you got your tax refund, thinking, let me invest into my home, buy some windows, or maybe hardy plank vinyl siding, a new door. Remember, if you're curious about it, Relief Windows has introduced this new 3D imaging. It's a 3D model of your home that when you go sit down with them, they can look at a 3D model of your home, and they can put any different type of feature that you want. different windows, different fixtures, different siding, type, styles, colors, so you can look at what your home would look like on this 3D model and not have to guess based on a flip book or a panel or something like that. You can see exactly what it would look like on a 3D model. Very cool feature. They can help you do it at Relief Windows. Airline in Prairieville, so go south on Airline into Prairieville, about a quarter mile on the right. It's Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. Windows, doors, siding, Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. All right, y'all. Glad you're hanging out with us here on this Friday edition of AFR, cruising into the weekend. Theriot's here in 16 minutes from right now. You can email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. We were talking earlier in the hour about another defensive tackle target for LSU, and I got some good questions on the text line that I'll get to when we come back. And also, it looks like the NFL is zeroing in on where those Christmas Day games are going to be covered or carried, I should say. And it's pretty much what I suspected. So we'll get to that as well to wrap up hour number one. Glad you're here. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001. I guess Mother's Day may be the unofficial start of summer. I mean, it feels like we're kind of already there. But when you look at the temps, oh, my God, it's 90 degrees. You realize that? This is the first time I've looked at my watch and seen the weather app and seen the temps in the 90s. High today of 91. We've hit the 90s. Y'all, it's coming. I don't know what else to tell you. This is your fair warning. You know it's coming. Triple-digit temps year after year. And the thing that I can tell you is maybe most encouraging about my situation. So when Eric and I bought our house, one of the ACs it's the original AC from when the home was built in 1997. We bought that home in 2016, and they told us then, hey, this could go out any day now. Yet we've maintained it with River City's 1 Hour Air since we moved in, and the thing is still kicking. Extend the life of your unit. River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001. Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, wrapping up hour number 1. Terry will be here in 11 minutes from right now. Looking forward to having him back. We'll do Ryan's letter, kick rocks. I don't want to get Theriot's thoughts on Paul Skenes. He'll be making his big league debut tomorrow. 3 o'clock against the Cubs. It'll be in Pittsburgh. Looking forward to seeing Paul Skenes. I would assume the most anticipated big league debut for a pitcher since Strasburg. It feels that way. Anything?
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I'm actually surprised it's not getting maybe as much hype as Strasburg did.
The thing about Strasburg's is, and we talked about this, remember, Strasburg's came in the summer. Might have been June or July. So it was at a time where, if I remember that correctly, I think we looked up the date. I think it was June or July. The NBA playoffs would have been done. As I recall, that was also a weeknight when Steven Strasburg made his debut. Because I remember getting off the air, going home, and watching it at home there for the Nationals. And he struck out a dozen or whatever it was.
June 8th, 2010.
June. Okay.
June 8th, 2010.
June 8th? June 8th is the Warren Morse Day.
Yes, it is.
How many did he strike out in that game?
Oh, Lord. Sorry, I just looked up his Wikipedia. I don't have the box score.
June 8th, 2010. I mean, he was awesome that day. I want to say they lost that game, actually, though, as I remember it. But it's been a minute. I mean, there have obviously been anticipated players who have made debuts, a lot of them international. I mean, Shohei Ohtani, namely among them. But it really feels like that. I mean, he's Paul Skenes on a Saturday on Mother's Day weekend at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when you have the NBA playoffs going on. A lot of people in this region obviously are locked into college baseball. He's fighting for a lot more eyeballs than you would be in June. I guess in June 8th, the NBA playoffs wouldn't be over at that point. They might be in the finals there in June. But in any event, there's more competition for eyeballs, which is one of the reasons I think maybe not. What you got?
14 punch-outs for Strasburg. No walks in 7 innings.
It was...
They won.
It was something. Oh, they did. Okay.
Faced the Pirates, ironically.
I remember they faced the Pirates. It's not ironic. It's
no,
just
it's coincidental. Yeah.
But sorry, that's me. I just can't help myself. That's on me.
Okay. I'll give you your line. Well, it's not on me.
Yes. Oh, it could be because, I mean, you did screw up. But the fact that I reacted that way, it's actually, so on mine and Erica's first date, we went on a blind date, and there were 6 of us on the date. It was like a triple date. But Eric and I were on the blind date with 2 other couples. And at some point in the meal, I actually brought up how much of a pet peeve people misusing irony was to me. Like I said that on a blind date. She still married me.
Yeah.
And I think she's told me since like that she was terrified at that point of ever saying the word irony. She didn't want there's no way she would use it properly. I mean, I'm the only grammar nerd that would like care. Well, not the only one, but I am a rare grammar nerd that would care that much about something so stupid and trivial, but everybody's got their thing, right? But yeah, so I think for a long time, she would just never use the word irony. She was very careful to never say the word irony for fear of me thinking she was dumb or something like that. So anyway, little did you know, I'm actually the one that's dumb. Great insight. Thanks. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you want me to say there? Like you kind of explained the whole thing. I get it. I mean,
any reaction?
It's a very odd thing to bring up on a blind date, says me, but I'm 30 and single, so I don't know. I mean, clearly I have my faults too.
Do we have to get you on another date, Muse?
I don't know. I mean, we can if you want.
I think we need it. What happened?
I don't know if it would work the same way then.
We don't have to do that again.
Yeah.
We don't have to do the whole aqua thing, whatever. But
please no more aqua.
There were kind of like 2 finalists. And there was one finalist that I really liked.
Yeah.
And you went with the other finalist. Can we go back to the finalist that I really liked and give that one a go? I mean, I'm an Enneagram 8. You know what they say? Like, our intuition is good. Generally right.
And you'd also
6s tend to overthink things.
Yeah, and you would also be much more just inclined to go do that. Where I'm going to be like, it's kind of weird to maybe potentially go back to that. I wouldn't be opposed, per se.
Shoot her a text. You got her number?
No.
Oh.
Why would I have her number?
I don't know. Didn't you know her, or y'all had a mutual? No, there was nobody knew. Oh, really? Okay. Maybe you had met the one that you went out with prior.
No.
Or you had mutual friends?
No, because I wouldn't have.
There was some connection there where somebody knew somebody, or you knew a friend, and you told me there was a scene, a thing that happened at a bar, and you're like, a friend, this or.
Oh. Okay.
Now
so it's
is it firing?
Well, yes, I didn't recall quite which one you were talking about. Now I know. Yeah, she apparently went out on a date or something with one of my friends a long time ago.
Okay.
But I've never met her. So why would I have I don't have her contact. I don't know her.
Well, I got all the Bachelor info.
Oh,
Lord. Can we just what if I reach out to this girl? Hey, look, the Bachelor date.
That's really awkward.
I'll do it. I'll say, hey, look, the Bachelor date didn't work out. You want to go out with me? So I'll connect you on numbers.
That is
I'll
really
do it.
awkward.
Who cares? It's 2024, man. Everybody's got dating apps and everything. The stigma around that doesn't exist anymore. 20 years ago, if you were dating someone online, it was like, oh, come on online. You just wanted to whisper. Now it's great. It's a great tool to help facilitate people.
Virtual wingman.
Yeah, here I am.
Virtual wingman.
Here I am. Muse, you're a catch, man. You're a good dude.
Thank you.
You're
I
a hard
appreciate
worker.
that.
You're a stand-up guy. Yeah, let's roll. I'm finding her. I'm going to dig deep into I am finding her number. Enneagram 8. Action. We process with doing. I'm a doer, Muse. It's why I get stuff done. That's going to happen. That contact, she might say no.
Probably.
Maybe not. And maybe she ends up being the love of your life. And we reincarnate the Bachelor.
We're back to this.
Do it! All right, I screwed up that whole segment.
AFR.
I was supposed to talk about a lot of stuff, didn't talk about any of it. South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. Hey, y'all, graduation's right around the corner. Remember, if you go to the website, right there, the banner at the top, you'll see $500 off for college students. If you're a college student, South Point Volkswagen gives you $500 off any vehicle, boom, just like that. So start there. South Point Volkswagen. They got great vehicles, the style, the feel, the performance, the look of luxury without the cost. And, of course, if you are a college student, they're going to knock $500 off that sticker price. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom, just like that. Maybe you're looking certified pre-owned. Easy. Go to the website. You'll see the tab at the top. There's new and there's pre-owned. Hit the pre-owned tab. My guy, Kerry Manuel, the certified pre-owned manager. It's not just Volkswagens, all different makes and models. If you're shopping pre-owned, make sure you shop South Point Volkswagen as well. SouthPointVW.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Pacers coach Rick Carlisle gets a $35,000 fine for criticizing game officials and questioning the integrity of the NBA. The Knicks have a 2-0 series lead with Game 3 tonight in Indianapolis. Pacers guard T.J. McConnell.
We're not going to sit here and blame officials. We got to be better. It's just that simple. Just brought more energy than we did. So we got to fix that.
T.J. McConnell, Pacers and Knicks, Game 3 with coverage starting at 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and TV. TV will also have another game tonight, Game 3 for the Nuggets and Timberwolves in Minneapolis. The Wolves with a 2-0 series lead. Stanley Cup playoffs tonight, Game 3 Panthers and Bruins in Boston with the series tied. Game 2 Canucks and Oilers in Vancouver. The Canucks took Game 1. The WNBA hopes to have a Toronto franchise starting in 2026. That story first reported by the CBC. Toronto billionaire Larry Tannenbaum would own the team. He's part of the ownership group for the Maple Leafs and the Raptors.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming up Monday, the NBA and NHL playoffs continue. NFL rookie minicamps are wrapping up, and I'll react to it all in my Upon Further Review at 6:30 Eastern. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
Let's ride.
It's that Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, known to fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot. Presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette. And online at alphacustoms.net.
Well, how's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
I have a good. I'm full of good ideas.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers, and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
The wake pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Theriot around third. He heads for home. Here's the throw. He is safe. Tigers win. Tigers win. Let's go.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Music. Glad you are as well. Get out there, make it a good one. Yeah, brah! Good to have you back, as always. Been a minute. How was it coaching baseball these past few weeks and months? Awesome, man. Glad you got to do that, spend that time with Houston. And those are you know what? I think you'll agree to this. Like as a dad, like those are the things. You'll never get those days back, right? Like you had this opportunity to spend that time with your son, and I'm so glad you did. We missed you here a lot of Fridays, but man, it was so worth it because I know you'll look back and really cherish those times. Getting to coach alongside your brother Wes and get to coach your son. I mean, who gets to do that, right? What a really, really cool thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awkward silence.
Yeah. Good point. Okay. All right. So, welcome back, Ryan. Glad to have you aboard with us here. Pretty good at having conversations with Ryan, pretending Ryan's here. Oh, I just heard a door open. Could that be him? There he is. Come on now. All right. I got a text about 3:59. Traffic, construction, coming in hot. Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed, but Baton Rouge sucks. Like, it is impossible. Let me rephrase that. Traversing the city of Baton Rouge sucks. It is impossible to get around this city at all because of the construction on I-10, where at some points at I-10 it's gone down to one lane, and as a result, everything spills out onto the surface streets, and now you can't get anywhere, any point at any time in the city in a timely manner. So my suggestion is heretofore, leave a little early, bro. Leave a little early.
Yeah, that's on me.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's on me, player.
Good to have you back.
It's good to be back.
I don't know if you heard, I was interviewing you while you weren't here.
I was going to text you, just keep it going, because I'm like 15 seconds away.
Well, then Muse played the awkward silence drop and kind of messed it up. That's okay. Hey, by the way, season 2 of The Bachelor is coming today.
So I heard that.
What do you think is a good idea?
I think it's a wonderful idea.
I know.
I think it's
I went back. I found The Bachelorette, The Bachelor candidates. And if you remember, there were 2 finalists. There was one that I really thought should have won. Muse didn't pick her. He went with another girl, I'm sure was lovely. For whatever reason, Muse, I think it sounds like, just didn't call her back. What? No? You can what? Get,
no, that's
what,
not.
What,
no,
come
that's
into the
not,
conversation. The water is warm.
The water is warm. No, that's not it. No, it wasn't a not callback thing.
Oh, it sounded.
It wasn't a not callback thing?
That was a double negative.
It was.
So that means it was a callback thing.
I'm just triggering you with the grammar stuff today. Bad.
Yeah, and second thought.
He should have been allowed to pick to begin with.
Yeah, see? Look at this.
He should have been allowed to pick to begin with, though.
I don't. That was my thing always originally.
Obviously, he can't pick. He's not good at it.
Well,
so the second time, it should be somebody else.
There is circumstantial evidence spanning 3 decades that would suggest that maybe he's not the best at picking who's right for him. I mean,
that's hard to argue with. Yeah, I mean, I can't.
I was trying to softball it too there, Muse, but I mean, it's kind of true.
Yeah.
So look, I mean, so what I posed to him was, could we go back to the and I'll reach out to her. I'll say, hey, you interested? Run it back. I mean, there's no Aqua concert, but
thank God
we could find something.
Yeah, I'm sure we could find some restaurant in town that would love to look. What if I reach out to my guy Brandon at Supper Club? Can we get Muse and his lady a first date at Supper Club?
That's setting the bar pretty high.
It is. I get it.
I mean,
that's a lot.
I took John to Hooters on our first date.
That's strong.
And and the reason being was because of that. I didn't want her to think, okay, this is
how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I screwed up big time. Not our first date, but our first Valentine's Day. First Valentine's Day, and keep in mind, I made no money at this point in my life. Like, I don't know if you know this, but in media, especially early in your career, you make no money.
Zero.
Like, you just scrape and struggle to survive, and if you make it through the war of attrition, you can have a pretty good career, pretty good life. Our first Valentine's Day, she got a dozen roses. We did brunch at the Julio brothers. I got her. She used to have a BlackBerry. I got her an iPhone.
Oh.
I mean, bro, like I ruined myself with that. Like, I should have just been like, here's a Twix and a kiss. Like,
not that bad, but yeah, I mean that was a little over the top.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, terrible decision on my part. Terrible decision on my part.
Better than that. You got to be better than that.
I know. Well, I wasn't better than that. I know.
You're still paying for it today.
Ha!
You're still paying for it today.
You ain't lying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mother's Day for Mama gonna feel like Christmas morning.
It's not just Mother's Day over at the Moscona
No,
house.
you're right. Valentine's
That's why
Day,
I love going
Easter.
to your house around certain holidays. I love going to your house because it is Christmas, different colors, different mascot, whole skit, but it's Christmas all over. I love it.
Do you know what next week is? Next week is Teacher Appreciation Week.
Oh, turn up.
My wife has spent the last certainly week and a half every night making the Teacher Appreciation gift baskets for Drew's 2 teachers and the 2 shadows for every day, one for every day next week. They're each getting 5 different gift baskets.
Oh, she's a dub.
That she's making.
Yeah, she's good
like,
at that.
oh yeah. I mean, it's a vibe. It's a full-on thing.
Yeah, Christmas is the best at your house. But all of them are good. Drew's birthday parties are the best at your house. That's the.
She is already beginning her game day prep for Drew's birthday in July.
Good. Yeah, good.
He'll be 10. So I keep telling her it's going to be perfect 10, but she doesn't want that because she thinks that sounds just like gymnastics. That's just gymnastics. But she's making it an Olympic theme. Of course, the Olympics this summer in Paris, so it's going to be like.
It's going to be Olympic theme.
Yes.
Can we do costumes?
I
want to be a swimmer.
She would.
I do. Me, Tilly, Trent, and Joe will be 4 swimmers. We're going to show up the whole.
You going to do like synchronized swimming or like relay?
Relay or water polo, guys. But swimming. I want to do swimming, and I want to reenact it in your pool. I want to do that.
It's not that deep.
Doesn't matter.
And you realize that at this party, there's always like 50 kids in the pool, and there's just not enough room to move. It's always funny to look at like just the sheen, the layer of sunscreen on the top of the pool, where you just like, oh my God, you never need that pool.
And the deke never gets out. He's in the pool the whole time.
That's my dad. Yeah, he is in there and he's parked the whole day. He's on one of those little bar stools in the pool and he's just sitting there the whole time.
I saw the deke last night at steak night.
Oh,
I did.
I was talking to him when he walked in there.
I saw him.
Yeah, no
we
doubt.
Talked. Yeah.
Good.
I
thought about popping over there.
That's what he said. It was popping, bro. Steak. They sold out of my T-bones. I was kind of pissed.
We were supposed to do your letter here, but you were late, and now we got to go to break. So let's just bump everything. We'll do Ryan's letter, then Kick Rocks. We'll just bump everything back a segment. We're brought to you by Action Industries. Action, INDINC.com. Action. Proud partner of LSU Athletics. What? Did I screw something up?
That's for next segment, yeah.
Well, I'm already in it.
Okay.
I'm already in it. Action Industries. I should have done this in the next segment, but I screwed it up. Action Industries. ActionINDINC.com. Since 1982. 42 years. You see me use that one line right there that always throws me off. You know what I mean? It just gets my eye.
It's different.
Yeah, I know.
It's not gonna be there next week, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Action Industries, they're awesome. If you need a commercial contractor, refinery, petrochemical markets, they're the best. Like, why would you call anybody else?
Action.
They're the best. And by the way, they can also help supplement. If you have one of these mega projects going on with thousands of employees and you need someone to supplement, Action Industries can help there as well.
Action.
We got action. Action Industries, proud partner of LSU Athletics. All right, Ryan's letter next.
AFR.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $11,000 off the new 23 Dodge Charger. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $11,000 off the powerful new Charger. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hey, Mr. White down here, heard me box a minute ago. This one be the remix. Bad, savage life, box a minute ago. Man, you already know what it is, you heard me? We still.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
That's more like it. That feels like a Friday. I'm feeling a little Nola bounce, and Theriot's texting on his phone, not paying attention to anything I'm telling him. That's how I like to spend my Friday afternoon.
At least I wasn't late.
You were late. A solid 7 minutes late. You were. Which is why right now, instead of doing Kick Rocks, I get to ask you, so how's everything going?
When are we doing Kick Rocks?
Next.
This segment?
No, the next segment.
Next segment. Okay.
We just remember what I just said in the last break. Oh, you weren't listening to me, right? You were texting on your phone. You weren't listening, so we just bump everything down a segment. So letter, Kick Rocks, Ask Ryan. And then next hour, we'll get to Mincy, talk about Mother's Day. Want to ask you about Skenes' debut. Got to ask you about William Schmidt from Calicut. Talk about that. Another Ask Ryan segment, then we'll go home.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
By the way, I'm emailing the runner-up from The Bachelor right now.
Okay.
I'm being very clear to her that I've not mentioned her name on air. And it's totally okay if she says no, but I'm just getting straight to the point. Be like, hey, here's the deal. Boom. Are you interested? Let's go. Let's make this happen.
Email. All right.
I don't have a phone number.
Yeah, no.
Well, the contestants only gave us their email address.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Asking for a phone number like that's kind of.
I hope she's not in a relationship.
That's a concern.
You know.
But if it is, it's what it is.
Yeah, but you liked her. She was kind of a catch.
Of all of the entrants,
this was the one.
This was the one that would. It's not to say there was anything wrong with the winner.
Yeah, the winner. Yeah.
At all, but this is the one. As I looked through them, I was like, "That's who I would pick."
Mm-hmm.
And Muse didn't take my advice, which is why I'm happily married and he's not.
Felt like a low blow.
Do we open this thing?
A low blow.
Do we open this thing back up if she is? Let's say she is in a relationship. Do we open it back up and run it back?
Season 2 of The Bachelor. The Aqua concert was a smashing success. However, a spark of romance would not light. The flame extinguished in Muso.
More deeply.
I was trying to be slick.
I know what you were doing.
It didn't work. Story of my life. All right, go for it, Scone.
And Muso was left downtrodden.
What?
Wow.
Dejected.
Good Lord.
Alone in the world.
Not true, but continue.
And then one day, Scone had an idea. Hey, Muse, let's run it back. Season 2 of The Bachelor. Only this time, instead of an Aqua concert, Muso will take his blind date frogging in the Atchafalaya. This season on The Bachelor.
Frogging in the Atchafalaya?
Don't set the bar too high.
I was like trying to find something random that would pop in my brain. What you want me to do?
Yeah, that's
something random that a girl might not want to do. An Aqua concert. What's the antithesis of that? How about let's get on a bad O.
Go frogging.
Go frogging. You get the little helmet light on. You come up. You just boom, got him.
No, I think that's actually brilliant.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, there's only one way to go from that, from a date standpoint.
There's only one way to go?
You can only go up after. Frogging is...
What if she's a big outdoors person? She might love it.
Might be memorable.
See?
Could be. Or not. I guess the same could be said for Hooters.
I don't know. That's pretty memorable.
So is frogging.
Yeah.
Eric and I went on a blind date, and it was a triple date. There was 3 couples. I'll tell that story later. Yeah. Let's do your letter.
Okay, I got one.
Go ahead. Muse. How's your week going?
Week's good. Week's great.
Good.
Busy week. We got action today. Later on.
I know. I'm so excited.
We got a lot of action today, which we'll get to that in a second. So how's my week going? It's going wonderfully.
This was a great way to punctuate the week.
It really was
What happened today, which we're going to explain later, was a great way to punctuate the week.
I need everyone.
Everybody else may not care, but
to
we
stay tuned.
Yeah.
Because at about 5:35-ish, 5:40,
5:54.
I need a little more time than that.
5:53.
Yeah. At about 5:53, it's going down.
IGDFR. Florida.
It's been a good week. So Sunday, as everyone knows,
yes,
is Mother's Day. Shout out to all the moms out there. So I normally write a letter to all the baby mamas out there. I do that every year. I'm not doing that this year. Take a break from that. Although the baby mama letter is really good. It's generally pretty funny. I'm doing a top 10. It's the first time I've done this.
Okay.
I'm going to do a top 10. Top 10 reasons to celebrate moms on Mother's Day. I'm trying this out. See how it goes. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Should I write it down? See, you should have. It's one of those things. I got to get you back in the flow.
Yeah.
Because if you give it to Paulie, he could have the top 10 list here. We could have been counting down. Boom, 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 boom.
Could he type them out while we're doing it? Nah, that's too long. Nah, that's probably too hard.
Paulie just said no. He's like,
that's
Paul's
fine.
not. Paul's not.
Any
He's
extra
not here for
work,
that
he's
action.
not doing that. Yeah,
No,
no.
Paul's too busy sneezing his face off right now.
I thought he farted earlier. I'm like, what the hell was that? I thought it was a
He's
fart.
trying to muffle his sneezes, so he goes.
That wasn't a fart.
No, he's going. He's sneezed 6,000 times. I feel bad for. I'm not complaining. I feel badly for him. He has sneezed roughly 6,000 times since the show started.
It's a lot of sneezing.
I mean, more than that all day. I share an office with him. It's been a lot, man.
It's not an exaggeration either.
I know.
That sucks, bro.
I was like,
I hate
you need a Claritin or something? You need a Allegra? Can we get you something to?
Bro, I had the sneezes a couple weeks ago in here. You had to go get me some meds. You remember?
I remember that. Yeah.
Might be this place.
I think that. No, I'm good. Muse is good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Paul sneezes a lot. Paul's allergies
Yeah.
kind of kick him in the
I hear
nose.
you. Yeah. All right, so I got a top 10. I got a top 10
You got another one,
list here.
Paul?
Not right now, but
Okay.
I'm sure I will later.
Give it a
Sure.
second. Yeah.
Top 10 reasons to celebrate moms on Mother's Day. Okay, number 10. Top 10 reasons to celebrate mom on Mother's Day. She scraped the boogers off the wall
Oh.
and cleaned the pee off the toilet seat without thinking twice.
The boogers off the wall is a good one.
I don't know why kids do that,
Man.
but they
I just,
do it. I've
You
been
did
yeah, I did it. Well, I don't know if I did it or not, but there was boogers on the wall. I
can
always
tell
thought it
you.
was my brother's.
I can tell you, man. Brian and I, when we were kids and lived in New Orleans before we moved to Baton Rouge, remember this distinctly. We had bunk beds. And, like, I don't know why, dude. Like, as a 4, 5, 6-year-old, pick your nose and wipe it on the wall, laying in bed. And so, like,
Next to the
we moved, and it's just, there's just boogers all over the wall. Like, what was I doing?
So gross, dude.
I didn't know. It's funny you said that because, like, I didn't know if that was a thing a lot of kids
that's
do.
a thing.
Kids do that?
Yeah, and look,
I guess so.
And I'm gonna say this too. Some of you nasty ass adults do it too.
Wipe boogers on the wall?
Yeah, or like flick them.
Who wipes a booger on the wall?
I caught a dude the other day in traffic. I mean, I watched him picking his nose. I watched him roll the window down and flick that joker out into
That's
the world.
okay.
I mean, it is unless you're sitting in traffic and it lands on somebody's window. That's not okay.
That's fine.
I don't think it's
Just
fine.
hit the windshield wiper and get it off there. You're fine.
Number 9 on the list of top 10 reasons to celebrate moms on Mother's Day would be your mother failed with all the other siblings, but she totally got it right with you. So we want to shout her out for that. We want to celebrate her
Not a bad mom.
for not screwing it up on you.
Yep, not bad.
Your other siblings stink, but you're good.
Yeah, that's true.
Number 8. Our top 10 reasons to celebrate moms on Mother's Day would be she went against your dad's wishes and didn't name you some stupid travel ball name like Braxton, Bryce, or Gunner. Thank you, Mom.
There's probably a lot of people out there.
Braxton, Bryce, or Gunner?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mary, for not naming me one of those names. I
Oh,
appreciate
so you're
it.
thinking your mom.
Yeah,
Is this a
well-
letter to Mary?
No, this is just to moms in general that did not name their kids.
This is like a letter to Marilyn Monroe Musso.
That's right.
It's not a name.
That's
It's not-
Muse's mom's name.
it's
Is
not.
Marilyn Monroe
It's-
Musso.
It's not it.
I like that. Triple M's. Number 7 on top 10 reasons to celebrate moms on Mother's Day. She brought you into this world, and damn it, she can take you out.
Yeah, I don't really like that one.
But they all say it.
They say it, and it's just not true.
My mom says it. And my mom said it. Moms say
yeah.
that. If your mom has said, if she's done her job as a mom, she said, I brought you into this world, and I can take you out. That's been said.
No doubt it's been said. It's just not true.
Well, they could.
No.
Number 6 on the top 10 reasons to celebrate moms on Mother's Day would be you just want them to relax all day long so they can get their butts back to cleaning and the house and cooking where they belong. Thank you, Mom. Shout out.
Good babe, Mom.
Mom.
Good babe.
You're the best. You're the best
Back-
out there.
Get back to cleaning up that counter.
Relax.
Dishes that need to be done.
They got some boogers on the wall, Mom, and I'm hungry.
Clean that
Make me
up.
a sandwich.
Make me a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Cut off the crust. You cut off the crust?
When I was a kid, maybe.
Did you really? I love the crust. Crust? You crust guys? You like the crust? Did you get the crust cut off?
Now, yeah. I mean, now I like the crust, yeah.
But as a kid, you didn't eat the crust?
Nah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I could see you as a picky. I bet Paul ate the crust.
Absolutely ate the crust.
Paul ate the crust. I could see Muse being picky. He made Marilyn Monroe Musso cut off the crust.
not her name.
It is her name.
Number 5, top 10 reasons to celebrate moms on Mother's Day because she did not put you up for adoption when she probably should have. Yeah, shout out, Mom. Thanks. You stuck it out. Number 4. Although you wrecked her figure and jacked up her hormones, she never stopped loving you. Thank you, Mom. You used to be a dime, and then you weren't.
Then you weren't.
It's the kid's fault. I mean, it really is. It really is. It's the kid's fault. Think about it.
I don't have to think about it.
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't
thing.
want to think about it.
That's a thing. Number 3 on top 10 reasons to celebrate moms on Mother's Day. Your mother never missed a chance, and we thank her for it. She never missed a chance to bring a Powerade and orange slices to the dugout fence during a sporting event.
Yeah.
Moms, you're the best. Number 2 on top 10 reasons to celebrate moms on Mother's Day, because you are the reason that every time they sneeze or jump on a trampoline, they pee on themselves a little bit.
I don't get it.
You know, after you have a baby, things get a little bit, you kind of pee.
We say moms pee when they jump on a trampoline?
Sometimes, or they sneeze.
I'm trying to think. I don't think my mom's ever jumped on a trampoline.
Well, when she sneezes.
I don't think my mom has ever jumped on a trampoline.
She may have.
I don't think so.
And if she hasn't, and she tried after childbirth, she may
pee. If she
pee.
sneezes now, she pees on herself?
Maybe, a little bit.
Just a little trickle?
Just a little. And number 1 reasons to celebrate moms on Mother's Day is because moms are the best. I want to shout out my mother, Mary Theriot. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to do that as well. I want to shout out my wife, Jonna Theriot, for being a fabulous mother.
And a babe.
I want to shout out my mother-in-law, Eugenie Hike.
And a babe.
You the best out there. My grandma, Merlin Thorne. Love you, Grandma. And then my nanny, Roma Terry. I want to shout out all the mothers in my life and give you guys an opportunity to do the same because they are the best.
Yeah. The problem with starting to name names is you left somebody out. You left out a sister-in-law. You left out other aunts.
No, those are my moms and my grandmas.
Got it.
That's mine. Those are mine.
Got it.
Those are mine. Mine's. Hey, mine's.
Good job. All right. It's After Further Review, brought to you by Michelli Weighing and Measurement, Michelli.com, Michelli.com. I'll shout out my mom later in the show.
Yeah.
We could do that too. You can shout out Marilyn Monroe Musso later in the show. I want to get Marilyn Monroe.
It's not her name.
But I want to have. You think Marilyn Monroe Musso will come on the show?
I do not.
I bet. Really?
Yeah, I do not.
I don't know. I can be pretty persuasive.
I don't think that she will.
I can be pretty persuasive. No?
No.
Why not?
It's not her thing.
Well, it's not my mom's thing, but she comes on here and talks about the bracket challenge every year.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would work. I don't. I'm sorry. I mean, if I did, I'd tell you, yeah.
I mean, I don't need her to come out here and be like Julia Louis-Dreyfus or anything. I just need her to talk about you.
Random. Why are we going with
What's
the
her
lane?
name? Marilyn Monroe Musso? That's a hell of a name.
It's not her name. Okay.
Michelli Weighing and Measurement, Michelli.com, Michelli.com. More than 30 offices across 11 different states. They're the best. Oh, you asked me for their number.
Yeah. I need some scales.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, for T3 for the aggregates?
I do. To weigh the trucks.
Okay, look at that.
I need some scales. So I'm going to call Sean, get some scales delivered. Great. Hopefully he gives me the brother-in-law deal.
Yeah, got to have that happen. Yeah.
Oh, man. Or the teammate deal.
Yeah, the teammate deal.
The Tiger deal.
I thought y'all both played at LSU.
He needs to hook me up.
That's Sean McMullen, former Tiger, at Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Michelli.com, Michelli.com. 6 different calibration labs in Louisiana alone. Our nation's largest distributor of scales. It's Michelli Weighing and Measurement, Michelli.com, Michelli.com. All right, we're going to do Kick Rocks coming up here in the next segment. Everything got bumped down because Theriot was late. Quick thought on Skenes making his debut?
So fired up.
So
kind of saw this one coming, though, but I'm very, very excited about this. They've stretched him out to where he can go and, it's not going to be a quick little, like, in and out type deal. So I'm fired up to watch.
Like
I'm going to watch
3 innings, yeah. So, yeah, tomorrow. I mean, game's 3 o'clock.
Dude, I haven't, like, circled a game to watch in Major League Baseball that's not a postseason game in a long time. And I'm really excited about it.
How do you think he's going to do?
I got a thought.
You want to give the thought next?
Yeah, I can give it next.
Okay. All right. Theriot has a thought on how Skenes is going to do in his debut. He'll give us that thought after the break.
AFR.
Man, I love telling you about Glow Resources. Whatever industry you're in, if you're a business owner and you are struggling to find good people as you're going through that hiring process, you need Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com. Listen, yes, their corporate headquarters is here in Baton Rouge, but they've got offices in New Orleans, in Miami, in Dallas, all over the place. And they service companies that are all over the country and have jobs all over the world. They have engineers that they've hired from India that are doing jobs in Houston or Africa or all over the world. It's Glow Resources. Remember, Glow Resources conducts about 50 interviews a day. About 15,000 interviews over the course of the year. They know what questions to ask to prevent work disturbances like, man, my vehicle broke down, or I had the birth of a child, or something like that, to make sure you stay productive. It's Glow Resources. GLO, glowresources.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'ma buy cars, I'ma get clothes, I'ma rock jewels, all along flows, I'ma blow tweed, got a lot of drinks, stepping out, Gator, Coca-Cola, man.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Good opportunity to get by Don Juan this weekend. Have a premium cocktail, a great cigar. Relax a little bit right there in town center. It's Don Juan Cigar Bar. Okay, before we get to Kick Rocks, I want your thought. You said, I asked, how do you think Skenes is going to do in his big league debut for the Pirates on Saturday? Okay, how's he going to do?
So he's going to do awesome. And here's why he's going to do awesome. There's certain guys out there, athletes out there, that embrace all the cameras and lights. Like, they want people looking at them. I played with a guy, you'll remember this name, in Chicago named Jeff Samardzija,
Oh, I remember Shamarja.
The Shark was a wide receiver at Notre Dame.
Yeah, we remember.
And also played football. I want to say the Cubs took him in the, I don't know, it wasn't super early, but like he was in the big leagues fast. So we're in spring training. This is his first major league spring training. He's fresh out of Notre Dame. They call him up to throw an inning or two against the San Francisco Giants.
Okay.
He's 21 years old. Like, I'm well into my career at this time. So they bring him in to pitch to face the most feared hitter in the history of the game of baseball, Barry Bonds. And he proceeds to carve him up like he was a little leaguer. Like 3 pitches, boom, 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 go sit down.
Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom, have a
Next
seat.
guy, Jeff Kent.
Next.
Boom, 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 you sit down.
Bing, bang, boom.
Next
out.
guy, boom, 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 you sit down. You have
Jump.
some.
Get out.
Like every time the lights were brightest, the Shark brought it. Like that's what he needed. Paul Skenes the same way.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be knowing him the way I know him, but also watching his career, and it's like he's getting better and better and better in pro ball against better hitters than were at LSU. He was facing LSU last year. I mean, he's just continuing to grow and get better. He wants the smoke. He wants it. He needs it.
All of it.
And we're going to see it. I mean, Steven, and was it Strasburg that you were talking about? So like so I see a lot of similarities there. What I'll say about that comparison though is because I faced Strasburg. Skenes' delivery and demeanor is much more advanced / professional at this point in his career. Strasburg was a little all over the place with his delivery. He was hard to scout. It just didn't look as polished, nearly as polished. We go back and look at some of the best debuts ever. Kerry Wood.
Yeah.
And early in his career, he had the 20 strikeout game in his first year. Woody, same thing. Now Kerry Wood, not nearly as polished as this guy. And I'm saying that Kerry's a friend and a teammate and a guy that I admire a ton. This dude's better.
Yeah.
I mean, he's better. I mean, he is. Mark Pryor, another one. He's better. Shohei Ohtani, I mean, some of these guys, his stuff just plays, man. I'm excited to see it. 12 double-digit strikeout game is not going to be a surprise.
Tomorrow?
I don't see anybody hitting the guy.
Let's
He's
see
good.
Him mow through the Chicago Cubs. It's just going to be interesting to see him face big leaguers. Like, it's not surprising when you're throwing 102 in the 7th inning against college hitters or double-A ball. I get it. But when you're facing a lineup full of big leaguers, how does it look? That's the – I'm not saying he's not going to crush it. I think he will. But that's the thing where it's like, all right, he's been awesome everywhere. Like, what if he goes and does that to big leaguers?
No, he will.
Which I think he will. I agree.
And I'm going to tell you this, and this is why. This stuff doesn't change. 102 is 102. I don't care who's hitting. The slider is what the slider is. We've seen him start to mix that changeup in. I've watched a few of his starts and able to locate the changeup. I just want to see him do that thing. So
when he strikes him out, he was like
to a dude.
To a dude, like when he does so for those who are listening, when he did like the thumb behind the back, like get out of here, sort of thing. Yeah. So good. Like, get out of here.
I just wish there wasn't the Pirates he was playing for.
Why?
They stink.
I mean, yeah.
But it's whatever.
Okay. Sorry. I sent the email. What?
Nothing.
I already got an email from somebody offering to host you all.
Oh.
Okay. Where? Or can you not say?
I'm not saying this on air. Well, let's see if it materializes, and we'll go there, okay? Because I don't want to put anything out there until we do.
Yeah, for sure. Makes sense.
But this person is the owner of this place who offered to host. So I will reply and thank this person. But I did send the email to the young lady who was I hate to say the runner-up for the match, right? But I mean, we let Muse pick.
That gives that whole thing just way too much credit. Calling it the runner-up. I mean,
as if you won something.
Yes, like gosh.
All right. You know who can kick rocks? Muse can kick rocks for the Bachelor and not making it work. I just hit the.
It's time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rocks.
Presented by Ruckus. Kick rocks with shoes from Ruckus, Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge, or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can kick rocks. That's a standing kick rocks, but this one's
a perpetual kick rock.
Kick rocks.
Did you prepare?
Yeah. Okay, you can kick rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick rocks.
Costing your team 4 points.
They can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Former Michigan State football coach Mel Tucker.
Ooh.
Mel Tucker's fired.
He got fired.
He did some stuff that he shouldn't have.
Allegedly.
More importantly, he sucked as a coach. Okay? Stole money from the university, got a giant contract. He was brutal, and some of you clowns wanted him to come coach down here. That guy stinks. So he did some dumb stuff. Michigan State fired him. Yep. They got let off the hook. Well, now Coach Tucker is suing Michigan State.
Good.
Wrongful termination.
Good.
Because he's stuck. So, Mel Tucker, you can kick rocks. You should be happy that you got the money that you got and stopped coaching when you got there. Stole money from Michigan State.
I mean, they're the one who gave him the contract.
Stupid.
They're the stupid ones who gave him the contract.
Stupid.
You're going to blame them for signing a big contract that they gave him?
Stupid.
You're
He should have coached. He should have coached better. Okay. I dealt with this on the way over here today. This is happening all around our great city. If you don't live in Baton Rouge, you can just ignore this. Kick rocks right here. But all the road work at the same time all over the city has really got me a little flustered right now. So here's the one thing that's got me, okay? When the lanes go from 2 to 1, that really pisses me off, number one. Number two, when the lanes go from 2 to 1, yet there's nobody working. They're gone down to one lane for no reason. In other words, the other lane is perfectly drivable, but you can't drive on it, and they got the cones there.
Well, they need the space to do the work.
But they're not working.
Oh, okay.
But there's no one there. That really pisses me off.
Yeah, that's tough.
Okay, that's an issue. And then lastly, and I just dealt with this, when the lanes go down from 2 lanes to 1 lane, supposedly, but they really don't. So all the traffic goes into
Starts
one
going
lane.
To the right lane, but the left lane's still there.
Because
That's
we're
right at the split. I know what you're talking about.
Because we're looking at the sign going, you know what? I'm not going to be an a-hole. Like, I'm not going to be the guy that speeds past everybody. I'm going to merge because I have the opportunity to do it right now. I'm going to get into this lane, and hopefully everybody else does the same thing. And everybody goes to 1 lane. In reality, we could have been 2 lanes the whole time. That's why I was late. It really pisses me off.
Kick rocks.
So I don't know who's in charge of that crap, but they can kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick
DOTD.
rocks.
The Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight
Yep.
that's getting a lot of run right now can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
I think it's stupid. Mike Tyson, I had the video game. I've got an autographed Tyson boxing glove, the whole thing.
Oh.
I was a big Tyson fan.
And then he raped somebody?
We used to buy it, and then he made some bad mistakes, some bad life choices.
You mean raping somebody and going to prison?
I think he did some other things too. But that's
But the big one was raping somebody and going to prison.
Yeah.
It's amazing. He's had a great comeback in his life, but he raped someone and went to prison for it.
So-
Like, the man went to federal prison for rape.
So now he's going to get $2 million, at least, to go fight a YouTube star.
Good for him.
No, not good for him.
Why not?
I think it's stupid. And if anybody buys that fight and watches it, y'all,
It's
y'all are
free
idiots.
if you're on Netflix or Amazon Prime. It's one of those.
I want to give a hug too.
So I shouldn't say free. I mean, you have to be subscribed to him, but it's not like it's a pay-per-view. Yeah, go ahead.
I do want to give a hug to the Tom Brady roast. Have you seen the Tom Brady
did,
roast?
yeah.
Ooh, man. Pretty good.
Who's your
You
favorite?
Seen it? The lady, the blonde-headed
the
lady.
blonde-headed chick. What was her name? Used?
Oh,
everybody said I said the same thing.
Nikki Glaser.
Nikki Glaser.
Bro.
She was awesome.
She was.
She crushed it.
She was really
She was the best.
good. Yeah, she did a good job.
Crushed it.
So I don't understand roasts. I would never do that. I would never volunteer to get roasted. But it was funny, and I enjoyed it, and I'd like to give a hug to it. I thought it was cool.
Kick Rocks presented by Ruckus, ruckus103.com. Oh, you got yours? What you got on? Let me see what you got on. Oh, got on them 4s. Look at that. The Jordan 4s. Green. Oh, that's a beautiful shade of green.
Yeah.
Huh.
Green.
Is that potentially foreshadowing?
Yes.
That beautiful shade of green that you have on those sneakers right there?
Look at these.
Mr. The Riot?
Look at
those.
these.
The 4 SBs. You see, you got to get the SB. Turn it a little more. There it is. The SB with the gum.
So we got the gum bottom SBs.
Those are straight out of Ruckus. Those are not available, by the way. Those were a special release drop, and they're fire.
My bad.
Ruckus103.com, RUKUS, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Ruckus103.com. Get your sneakers, get your apparel Love Ruckus. Our guy Jalen texted us early today.
He did.
Love him. Ruckus103.com. Kick rocks with shoes from Ruckus. Okay, it's after further review. We'll wrap up hour number 2 with Ask Ryan. Got a question for Theriot. Ask him anything about anything. Get it in next. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400. Kick rocks. Ruckus, break next. Ryan, show.
AFR.
Brought to you by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com. I don't know what just happened there. My brain just, when you get short circuit, that's what happened to my brain just now. Hey, Mother's Day. This is going to be a late present. Mother's Day's on Sunday. Oh, I forgot to get Mom something. Got it. Lee Michaels. lmfj.com's website, or get by any of the locations. They're open today. They're open tomorrow as well. So you got one shopping day left after today. You can go to the website right there on the homepage, shop Mother's Day gifts. Right there. See on the homepage? Boom, shop Mother's Day gifts. You can shop them online, go and see them. 2 locations in Baton Rouge, location in Lafayette, New Orleans, Shreveport, 9 locations in all. So if you're thinking about something for Mom, thrill her with a gift in the red box from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Remember, one cool thing you can do is you can upgrade Mom's diamond ring. You got a ring when you got married. You want to upgrade that diamond, trade in your old, and get a new one. How about that? Bada bing, bada bing, bada
Can you downgrade? Like, what if they're pissing you off?
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. So it's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introduce
This is for the players, hustlers, pimps, and max with the bins, making paper stacks. This is for the bourbons and
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Wrapping up hour number 2. All right, let's do a little Ask Ryan. You know the drill. Fire away. You can ask Theriot anything about anything. Email us, tweet us, text us in the 396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Robert Boudreaux said, tell Theriot I still want to fight him, and he can pick his very own square and off place, bare knuckles.
Who's Robert Boudreaux?
I don't know. Some loser.
Sounds like it.
Heath Savoy asked Ryan if he set up T-Bob for failure with tickets to the Cubs game in Chicago.
So I wouldn't say I set him up. I tried to do a good thing, and then my guy, the director of promotions over there, Game Day, sent the wrong day ticket to T-Bob.
Oh.
He got there, got to the front of the line, showed him his phone. It was for the following day.
Ooh.
So
I didn't know this story.
Yeah, man.
But T-Bob went to a Cubs game, right?
He got in because he's T-Bob. He somehow made it. He made it happen. Yeah. So maybe a little bit, yeah.
Matt C said the Bachelor date should be the Taylor Swift concert. I can tell you definitively there is a 0% chance, that Musso is going on a Bachelor date to the Taylor Swift concert before I get tickets for Erica to Taylor Swift. Like, if we have any in whatsoever for tickets to that show, they're going to my wife, who has been hounding me for months and months and months about getting her tickets to Taylor
Swift. Sounds like a
Swift.
good Mother's Day gift, bro.
I'm just not spending the money. Like, upper deck tickets at the Superdome are $1,000 a piece. I'm not doing that. Like,
I saw a set go for 40 Jeebers, bro.
Well,
Two tickets.
That was like a charity, right? But like, I know enough people, somehow, some way, I'm gonna make this happen for her. I keep telling her, just give me time. Like, I'm gonna make something happen. Ask Ryan, who you starting in center field, Brown, Cling, or Bingham?
I mean, I think it's got to be Cling, just looking at what the team does when he's in there.
This guy put all their batting averages and asked who should start in center. It's like, you're asking the wrong question, dude. Dustin Gotro, crawfish or crabs?
Crawfish.
Eric Gotro asked Ryan, is Tyson the GOAT boxer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hour number 3 coming up right after SportsCenter.
AFR.
Brought to you by Pure Restoration, pure-restoration.com, pure-restoration.com. Hey, Scone, what's the mold thing you always talk about? It's Pure Restoration, pure-restoration.com. This is super easy. You call Pure Restoration, you go to the website. If you have mold, think you might have mold, odor, pet odor, cigarette odor, smoke from a fire, easy. They come in, they spray, bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. They'll spray. As soon as they'll let the fog dwell, kill all the spores, everything. As soon as the fog dissipates, you're back in your home, your office building, your church, your school, whatever it may be. Easy peasy. It's more cost effective and it's more efficient. Do it more quickly. It's Pure Restoration. Pure-restoration.com, pure-restoration.com. Remember, yes, they can kill odor, a lot of other things, but if you have harmful pathogens or might need to sanitize a building, this is a better option. Check them out. Pure-restoration.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is taking $11,000 off the new 23 Dodge Charger. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $11,000 off the powerful new Charger. All new Bayou vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. When he spoke after the game Wednesday night, the only question was, how much will the fine be? Pacers coach Rick Carlisle gets dinged for $35,000 by the NBA. Carlisle sharply criticized the officiating in the first 2 games of their series with the Knicks. And Game 3 is tonight in Indianapolis, 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and TV. The Knicks hold a 2-0 series lead. OG Anunoby out tonight. Jalen Brunson questionable with a sore right foot. The second game on ESPN, Denver at Minnesota. The reigning champs are down 2-0, and our Michael Wilbon says that's no accident.
The way Minnesota's playing right now, you look at them and just looking at, I mean, not just Ant-Man and his maturation and his becoming the most exciting player in the league, for my money, and Cat and Rudy and Naz Reid and Jalen McDaniels and Mike Conley. There's nothing they're missing.
Michael Wilbon. Bears coach Matt Eberflus names number 1 overall pick Caleb Williams as his starting quarterback. ESPN's Adam Schefter reports the Cardinals will sign Zay Jones.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Commercial Insurance. It flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge Studios.
Let's ride. You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again. Guess who's back? Back again.
Lisa, I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
Hour 3 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Music. Theriot. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Glad to have Theriot back in here with us. I want to get your thoughts on what it was like to spend this baseball season. Senior year for Houston came to a close last week. Some awesome pictures from Senior Day. I saw that Jonna posted, and it was I think it was really cool, man. Really cool that you got to do that. What an experience, like to get to coach your son, all that stuff. So we'll do that a little bit. Got to talk some Mother's Day. LSU-Bama, first pitch coming up here in about 57 minutes from right now. Time to bring in Mintzy as we get our Friday picks going. Hit it, Muse.
It's time to cash some
Oh,
tickets.
ham.
Let's preview the college baseball weekend with Ben Mintz and Barstool Sports, presented by the DraftKings Sportsbook.
Mintzy, what up, man?
Doing good, man. Just taking it real easy this weekend. Overdid it in New Orleans last weekend. I know that's hard to believe, and been kind of licking some wounds all week. So seems like a great weekend to sit on the couch and watch some college baseball and NBA playoffs and et cetera.
You back in Chicago?
Yeah, I got back on Monday. Just work week, chilling. I don't know. I don't have too much to report. I need to relax a little bit though. I've kind of been overdoing it.
Have you seen T-Bob since you've been up there?
Yeah, so T-Bob did the full day in the Barstool office on Wednesday.
Okay.
He did Wake Up Mitzi with me, and then he went on Mostly Sports with Brandon Walker and Titus, and then he was on the Yak with Big Cat. I had a real big time in there with him, man. It was a lot of fun catching up with him on Wednesday for sure.
That a babe. All right, Mintzy, your Rebs going to get put out of their misery this weekend by the Aggies?
I'm not going to say they aren't. Things are pretty rough. That 15-inning loss to Murray State the other night on a grand slam with about 12 people in the stadium.
How about that?
It's been rough, man. I don't know. Hard to be very confident. A&M coming in off losing 2 or 3 in Baton Rouge should be motivated. So
yeah, man.
Hard to be confident.
Well, the walk-off against Auburn. Look, as an LSU fan, obviously you're looking at Ole Miss, and in Auburn, you wanted Auburn to win that game against Ole Miss to ding Ole Miss with another loss as LSU's looking for separation. So that walk-off was really beneficial. Mintzy, the other thing, too, is you wonder, after that, you mentioned the game against Murray State, this weekend against A&M, like, what is Ole Miss going to have in the tank coming to Baton Rouge next weekend, if anything?
I mean, we hadn't had much. Ole Miss hadn't had much in the tank all year anyway, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I hate to sound like it and be negative, but it's hard.
Been a season like that. All right, Mintzy, let's get to it, man. If you're new, Mintzy, Muse, and I, we give you 3 picks for the college baseball weekend. Paulie, can we see them standings? Let's see what we got. That's right. I wasn't here last week, so you all did the segment while I was out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you both went 2-1. Good. What's that?
Just had you idle.
Okay. All right, so I'm 11-6-1 on the year. Muse is 9-9. Mintzy a game over 500 at 11-10. So you college baseball guys.
We're all doing decent though, man. I mean, no one's got the losing record. We're at least being profitable for people.
You're 500.
Let's breaking even.
Not with juice.
Not with the juice, bro.
I guess not with the juice. But
I'm sitting here. What am I? 11-6-1.
Well, if you make the same bet, you know.
Excuse me?
I'm just trying to save it, man. Just let me come on.
I'm trying to get you a date. Is what I'm trying to do over here.
Yeah, how'd that work out the first time?
We're bringing back season 2 of The Bachelor, Mintzy. All right, let's get to it. Mintzy, you want to lead us off, man? Go ahead. You got first.
Yeah, well, hey, I'm going to take Muso's back because I started out about 2-9 or 3-9 in this thing. So to get to 11-10 feels like a good accomplishment. I went 3-0 2 weeks ago, 2-1 last week. So 500 sounds pretty damn good from where I'm sitting with how I started. Going to start. I'm taking Wake Forest by 1.5 at -105 at home against Clemson. Chase Burns is pitching tonight. I know Clemson's pretty good, but I think Wake's getting it together. They're getting a little healthy, and I think they're going to make a run.
Muse.
I'm taking Oklahoma and laying -2.5 in that one. They're playing Baylor. Baylor stinks. Oklahoma's a host right now, or right on the borderline of being a host. Give me the Sooners.
My first game, I'm going to take the under. It's going to shock you. On the biggest run total on the board for tonight. NC State, Virginia, 14.5. I'm going to go under 14.5 with NC State and UVA tonight. What's your second one, Mintzy?
Man, I keep going back to this well, and they keep putting the number lower and lower. But if Hagen Smith's pitching, I'm taking the under.
You're not
it's
wrong.
All the way down to 8.5 tonight from Mississippi State, Arkansas. But Arkansas doesn't have the best offense this year. And if Hagen Smith's throwing, I mean, good luck to State getting more than 1 or 2 runs. So I'm going under 8.5, even with that number being that low.
I flirted with it, Mintzy, but I knew you were gonna do it, so I steered clear.
Do it every week. It's like the only thing that won't.
Go ahead, Muse.
We're doing another run line, another -2.5 on the run line, but this time it's the Aggies. They're got to be in a foul mood, man, coming off the series in Baton Rouge. Small ballpark in Oxford, and Ole Miss's pitching staff's been a struggle. That lineup is real good from the Aggies.
My second one, I'm going to go up to Nashville, Tennessee at Vandy. I'm going to take under 13 in that game. Tennessee may score a bunch, but Vandy stinks. Actually, that weird park, too, as well. I think, that may be a 10-2 ball game tonight. I'm going to take Tennessee, obviously, to win the game, but I'm going to go under 13 on Tennessee and Vandy. What's your third one, Mintzy?
Man, I'm doing it again. I took them last week as a home underdog, and LSU won 2 out of 3. I think LSU's getting it together a little bit. I'm taking them at Pick'em tonight at Bama. It's minus 115. I think LSU's about to go 4-2 in the last 6, and they're going to end up with 13 wins and make it the NCAA tourney. I don't think they're as bad as they've been all year. I think it was a scheduling thing, and I don't know. I believe in Jay Johnson. I think LSU's about to finish strong.
All right, Mintzy's got the Tigers tonight as a Pick'em there on the money line. Muse, your last one.
Taking the Cajuns as a road dog, man. It's a slight road dog, minus 110. But they're facing Georgia Southern. I like the team ULL's got. I'll take the Cajuns.
All right, one more for me. I'm going to go back to the well on the unders. Miami and Virginia Tech, 13.5. I just think the number's too high. It's still Friday night baseball in the ACC. So give me the under 13.5 there with Miami and Virginia Tech. Mintzy, what you got cooking, man?
Man, like I said, I'm going to be watching a lot of college baseball on the couch. I've been coughed. I need to put it neutral a little bit. I'm going to go to the SEC tournament in Hoover, though.
Cool.
So that's my next trip. And it's looking good for both LSU and Ole Miss to make it right now. They're 2 games up on Missouri. I certainly hope they both can make it. So that's my next trip. I'm trying to do my show live from a tailgate out in left field out there. But I'm going to take it easy the next week here. Just chill.
Y'all hit
Fire a bunch of bets on DraftKings. That's about all I got.
Of course, appreciate being a DraftKings partner. I know Barstool is. We are as well. We appreciate the guys over there. He's on Twitter at StoolMincy. Y'all give him a follow. Mincy, we appreciate it, man. We'll catch up next week, bud.
Heck yeah. Thank y'all for having me.
All right, man. Be well. It's After Further Review, brought to you by First South Farm Credit. Looking to buy land? Your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. Theriot made that call. My guy Tim over at First South Farm Credit. If you're looking for that hunting property, that recreational property, maybe you want to buy 20 acres to build your family's dream home. Zachary, Clinton, wherever it may be, your first call should be to First South Farm Credit. For more than 100 years, First South Farm Credit has helped Louisianians buy land. It's that simple. A lot of people that buy land already own land. So remember, you can use the equity you currently have in your land to purchase that new piece of property. It's First South Farm Credit. Go to firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. And remember, they're licensed to help you buy land in any of the contiguous 48 states. So even if you want to buy a hunting property in Texas or a ranch in Montana, they can help you. It's First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com. All right. I want to get some thoughts from you on this LSU team the weekend against Bama, and I also want to get some thoughts from you on William Schmidt. As we're getting toward the end of the high school baseball season, obviously the draft will follow. He's the number 1 player in Louisiana. He's one of the top prospects in the country. He's an LSU signee. But I don't think there's many people who believe he's going to show up on campus, but I want to get your thoughts on that, so we'll do that when we come back. Theriot's here. Oh, and we mentioned it before. It's a really big week for Theriot and for me. And today ended up being punctuated with some really fantastic news. Mm-hmm. So we're going to explain that at the end of the show during the Ask Ryan segment. So if you're curious at all, we'll explain at the end of the show. We got a lot to cover before we get then. And we're going to have some fun with the explanation as well at the end of the segment.
Be a lot of fun.
At the end of the hour. It's going to be a party.
It's going to be a party.
We're going to have a party. It's AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon, get it done. Gordon McKernan, injury attorneys. Saw the newest member of the G team, defensive lineman Dominic McKinley for the Tigers. Big 5-star out of Acadiana. You know who's going to be on AFR Tuesday?
Dominic McKinley.
You got to give that man a ding right there, Theriot, paying attention to what we do here. Get Gordon and get it done. You've been injured in an accident. It's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for more than 30 years. One of the great things, about the G team and NIL and all how forward-facing Gordon has been with all that stuff, it's given a lot of people, myself included, the opportunity to get to know the man who we've seen his face and see, and on ads and billboards, everything for years and years and years and years. Now we've gotten to know the man, and you see how genuinely good of a person he is. Man, husband, father, citizen of our, resident of our community. It's awesome, man. Does right by people, and it's true for his whole team. You know what to do. Get Gordon. Get it done.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours.
We made that it. Bounce with the tuba now, that ain't it. I do the jubilee, oh, we made that it. Shake, baby, shake, baby, shake, 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 baby, shake, baby, shake, shake, shake. Twerk, baby, twerk, baby, twerk, 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 baby, twerk, baby, twerk, twerk, twerk.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Rolling along here. 5 o'clock hour on a Friday. We're presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Appreciate our friends over at Don Juan. Great spot to get by this weekend. You want to have a drink, have a smoke, chill out, relax a little bit. Great spot. We were over there for the draft party a couple of weeks ago. One of my favorite spots. Of course, T-Bob and I will be back there every game day for whiskey and wine. Just love making that one of our spots and love this Friday partnership as well. Go stock your stash over at Don Juan Cigar Bar. LSU baseball, what are we, 43 minutes away from first pitch. I want to get a thought on this team's sort of resurgence. What have you seen here over the last 3 weeks as they've won now 3 consecutive series?
I mean, you would say it was the competition, but last week you played the #1 team in the country, and other than one inning, you pretty much win the entire weekend. You had that one blow up inning, and I think the Tigers have a really good chance of sweeping those guys. It's a really good Texas A&M team. I think what you're seeing is positionally, you're seeing some guys moved around a little bit, which you and I had talked about for a while. You're also seeing the 2 starters that were not here last year really start to settle in and give you a good lead off, and then 2 relievers in Little and Herring.
Yeah,
that you can really rely on. There's been we've seen the story play out a couple times now. 3 weeks in a row, where starter gives you a nice 4, 5, 6 innings, and then you're able to count on a guy out of the bullpen to come in and give you some outs. I mean, that's I don't want to call them closers because they're not really closers, but it's dudes that are kind of like finishing out. Whether it be 3 outs, 6 outs, 9 outs that they need to get. offensively, the team's doing what it needs to do to score runs, but these guys are pitching well.
The lineup is posted for tonight, so let's run through it. And I think one thing that's pretty obvious here is Jay's found his starting 9 or the 8, right? I mean, we're still seeing some shuffling of the batting order, but he's found his guys. So Tommy White's going to lead off tonight. So they're going to go White, Jones, Pearson, Travinski DHs, Larson in right field, Braswell at short, and then Milam, Cling, Malazzo. So Cling in center, Malazzo behind home plate. So White, Jones, Pearson, Travinski, Larson, Braswell, Milam, Cling, Malazzo. Thoughts?
I love it. I really like the Malazzo inserted behind the plate. We've seen this time and time again. How important the backstop is when you have a young pitching staff. When I say young, I mean like new to the league pitching staff, somebody that can kind of calm everybody. I've played with those guys, Matt, that their numbers don't pop off the page, but you just win when he's in there. And Malazzo is one of those guys. And by the way, last year swung the bat really well.
Yeah,
I've seen him make some plays this year from as far as blocking balls that are major league type plays, and we've seen him do that year in and year out. And to have a calming presence back there, I think is important. We made the point, you and I, maybe 3 weeks ago, a month ago, that to be consistent in the middle of your field is super important. And having him in there, I think, has really calmed down this pitching staff and calmed down this team.
We had the Ask Ryan question at the end of last hour. It was the guy who said, who would you start in center? And he put, are you starting Brown hitting 125, Cling hitting 170, or Bingham hitting 227? And the point was, and those are in SEC play, the point was if you're just focused on the batting average, you're missing the point. Our guy Doug Thompson shared this with me earlier this week. I did say this on air, but speaking of Cling and Malazzo, when Malazzo catches, this is from Doug, he's with the LSU Sports Radio Network, he's there, he gets all the advanced analytics and everything. When Malazzo catches, LSU's team ERA is 4 points lower.
That's unbelievable. That's
4 runs.
Yeah.
How many games, if the run differential is 4 when he's catching, how many of those close 1-run, 2-run losses early in the season do you win if he's in there?
He's got to be behind that's an unbelievable stat.
4.
Yeah. And look, this isn't the reason they lost on Sunday, by the way, because the other guy hit a homer, and the other guy's good. I'm not saying he's not good, but he wasn't catching Sunday. Does the 9-run inning happen if he's behind the plate? I don't know. Does it change things? Possibly.
Well, the other thing that happened in that inning is A&M did have 2 triples, and both balls were tough plays, but there were 2 instances where Jake Brown looked like he had a beat on the ball and didn't make the play. And you have to wonder, does Paxton Cling make that play? Mm-hmm. And I've had these conversations with scouts that have said, there's play, they have the stats, these advanced stats where it's ball off the bat, there's a probability of making the play. Mm-hmm. And there's times where it was a 98% double probability he's making the out. It changes everything. And I think so many times fans focus on the offense, and we've had this conversation for more than a decade, man. It's, you will trade a bat for an elite glove at a premium defensive position. Mm-hmm. You will. And this is evidence of why. I found this interesting too. I'd love your take on this. So this is the other thing Doug sent me. LSU is 26-10 when Paxton Cling is in the starting lineup, 6-8 when he's not in the starting lineup. Say that again, 26-10 when Cling starts, 6-8 when he doesn't. And when Cling leads off, LSU's 18-1 when he leads off. The thing that I think is often overlooked there is you can look at Paxton Kling's batting average. He's got a higher on-base percentage right now than Tommy White. Do you realize that? Paxton Kling's on-base percentage today is higher than Tommy White's. Put a really fast guy on base. What does that do to pressure a defense? To pressure a pitcher? There are ways you can affect winning aside from just your batting average. And I think that's something that's often lost. But that blew me away when Duggar told me that earlier this week. I'm not surprised because it's things in theory that we've talked about. But when you put definition to it like that, it's how do you argue with that? Yes, this is not even a question. Every time Jay writes the lineup, I want Malazzo behind the plate, and I want Paxton Cling in center. period. Like,
and Cling leading off, obviously.
That's not 18-1 when he leads off. Mm-hmm. Now, you want to say, okay, well, who is that against? I don't know. Maybe it was early in the season, a lot of those, and it were games they might have won anyway. That okay. A 19-game sample? I mean, yeah, like we're at the point in the season where you have a large enough sample to know what your team and what your rosters, who the guys are that you count on.
Well, look, the Malazzo behind the plate thing, and you know, I'm not throwing shade, but the Malazzo, we should have known that last year. We saw that last year. Like, this isn't a new development. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, man. Brady Neal's a hell of a player, and he's going to play professional baseball and may have a long career in the major leagues. You know, I understand that, but this guy, when he's back there, your team is better, and that's there's no arguing that.
We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com. That's WilliamsonEye.com. Got a text on the text line earlier today asking, Matt, was the Williamson Eye Center where you went for your LASIK? Yes, Dr. Blake Williamson did my LASIK. I'll never forget the date. It was September 11th. We're coming up on 6 years now that I did. This September will be 6 years since I did my LASIK, and I'm thrilled. I say it every day. It's not hyperbole. You hear people who have had vision issues, who go have refractive surgery, and they say, best money I ever spent, wish I'd done it years before. And I'm in that number now as well. For years, I was told I wasn't a great candidate for LASIK. That was actually not true. Once I went and sat down with Dr. Blake, who's an ophthalmologist, and explained the procedure, did my analytics and went through my full eval, explained why I was a perfect candidate for LASIK, and I'm so glad I did it. I'm thrilled. I mean, I got to completely throw away the drawer in my bathroom where it was all my contact lens and the solution and the contact cases and the travel cases and all that stuff that you keep forever when you have contacts. I just threw it all in the trash. I don't need it anymore. It's an amazing way. It's a freeing way to live when you wake up and you just see. The Williamson Eye Center makes that happen every day. Just schedule that consultation. Get information. WilliamsonEye.com, WilliamsonEye.com. Hey, before we break, I want some thoughts on William Schmidt. So William Schmidt's the senior pitcher at Catholic High. I'll spare you the yell because I don't want that to make people eye roll and pollute the conversation we're about to have. But he's a really special talent, and he's an LSU signee, and there's probably a really good chance that he may not show up on campus. But I would love your thoughts on Schmidt and just the prospects of him in the summer, what may happen.
So in full disclosure, coached Williams since he was 8 years old, right? It's crazy to watch him from that age to 18, and how he's developed. He was our number 4 pitcher on our Little League team. Like, if we were playing 3 games, against the best teams, he wasn't pitching. So from a
you mean kids get better?
So from a developmental standpoint, parents, by the way, just listen to this. Kids get better, they grow, and just because they're not a superstar early doesn't mean they won't be a superstar late. So that being said, we're talking about a kid who's broke the single-season strikeout record at Catholic High. The Catholic High that has pitchers like Kurt Ainsworth, who's pitched there, major leaguer. Patrick Coogan, Krista Mui, Aaron Nola. Okay. So there's been
They've had a pretty good program over there.
So he's broke that record. Fastball, mid to upper 90s, but what makes him special is the breaking ball. It has always been elite. Overhand curveball has always been elite. I can say this. The kid has grown up. On the LSU,
Sorry, I was watching a clip.
Right outside the LSU campus. He loves LSU, and he's a Baton Rouge kid. That plays in here, in Baton Rouge, down here. I think if he's a top 10 type guy, that we probably won't see him make it to campus. But you never know what happens. I can't see there being 10 better prospects in the country if we're talking about a 95 to 99 mile an hour heater with a curveball that has better spin rate than most guys in the major leagues. And that's what you're dealing with right here with Schmidt. So he's a signee. But also, look, there's a shortstop down in New Orleans, Michael Ryan, who is extremely exciting and interesting as well. He's also a draft kid.
They're the top 2 players in the state this year, right?
Yeah, and Ryan's kind of the same deal. I mean, it's 15 major league scouts at every one of his games. But grew up an LSU fan also, and so. Man, look, if LSU can land those 2 kids, I mean that is a major win for the Tigers.
What do you think? I mean, just guessing, what's the probability that one or both or either of them show up?
If both of them show up, I think you're probably a 50-50, that both of them
I wouldn't even think it was that high.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You're probably 50-50. And look, the numbers got to be high, man. I mean, we've just seen Dylan Cruz turn down a ton of money out of high school, come to LSU.
2.5, 3, something like that. He was offered.
Yeah.
Dylan. I was told Dylan's. I don't. You tell me this is wrong. I was told Dylan's number out of high school was like 6.
No, his number was real high.
It was high. Yeah, and it was like, and he was offered 2.5, 3. I mean, he was offered a ton of money.
Correct.
And passed.
Yep. And so it was a good investment.
And it worked. Yeah.
Won a national championship. Was able to come, make some lifelong friends, get 3 years education. Bam, you bounce. With NIL nowadays, the kids can actually make some money.
Yeah.
And here's the question you got to ask yourself if you're William Schmidt or if you're Michael Ryan. Do I want to go spend the next 3 years in rookie ball, A ball, riding buses, eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
For $6 million, I do.
Okay. Or do I want to spend the next 3 years flying private at LSU, possibly winning a national championship?
Possibly getting injured.
Possibly. Skipping those 3 years, maybe making more money.
Maybe.
Because we just saw it. Like, that's my pitch if I'm trying to get him to campus. Hey, man, you can make more money, plus you can win a title, plus you could make lifelong friends, plus you're a hero in Baton Rouge the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And you're skipping it. I mean, Dylan's going to be in the big leagues this year. Paul's in the big leagues.
Yeah.
So now more than ever, I think you have an opportunity to get these guys on campus. I'm just like proud coach moment going, man, this is so cool to see all these kids. Look, there's another one at Catholic, Grant Bro, who's Catholic High kid that, it's also going there. Then you got multiple, the third baseman, Trip Dobson, who I coach. He's going to Houston. You got kids.
They got a pretty good team.
Jack Rucker at the shortstop, who's a junior, is going to LSU next year. I mean, these are all kids that shout out to Traction too, by the way. Shout out to Brad Cressy at Traction for coaching and developing these kids. I mean, you really should be a pat on his back for youth baseball in Baton Rouge.
All right.
And my guy, Chris McGee. He was our coach.
Shout out Chris McGee. Yeah. The babe? Yeah. Well, Chris McGee.
Babe.
National champ Chris McGee.
Go invest your money with McGee.
He's loving you for that. All right, it's after further review. Friday show is brought to you by Don Juan's Cigar Bar. Stay here.
AFR.
Brought to you by Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. Every home listed by every company, all in one place. You know where to find them. Agent225.com. Agent225.com. Look, no matter why you might be in the market, maybe it's time to downsize. Maybe you're an empty nester. That can be a significant decision. Darren gives you great insight on his social media about why you might want to downsize or what's the right size home if you're trying to get a little more home, when to jump in the market. Let Darren walk you through this process. Listen, there's a reason why every year when the Wall Street Journal, the Real Trends list comes out, the top 1,000 realtors in America, Darren James is on it. It's like the top Louisiana realtor on it. Last year, Darren James was number 54 in the country on that list. Of the top 1,000 realtors, top 1% of realtors in America, Darren was number 54 in the country. Why would you hire anyone else? It's Darren James. 335-7666, 335-7666, or agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Farming is a way of life for us. It's not something we get up in the morning and dread going do. It's just something we go to bed at night looking forward to getting up to go do. John Deere equipment is what we as farmers strive to have. It's in your blood, it's in your veins. It's just a part of who you are. Green is what we want to be in. The other tractors were acquired to patch it up to get to where you want to be. Where we want to be is in John Deere. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right. I got a text from my guy, Rooney, email over at Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We're trying to get Muse for season 2 of The Bachelor hooked up here.
He's getting a free tractor?
No. He's not getting a free tractor. No.
That'd be pretty cool.
No, he's
That'd
not.
be pretty cool.
You're not getting a free tractor. But Rooney did mention, so we were talking about season 2 of The Bachelor, where Muse and his date will go. We opened up Pandora's box, brother.
Clearly.
I guess just the quick catch up. Why did we?
I don't know.
You said.
Oh, the irony thing. It was the irony thing.
Yes.
I misused irony.
We started talking about how I, on my blind date with Erica, said how much I dislike when people misuse the word irony, which is a weird thing to say. Yet she married me, and Muse was like, that is a weird thing to say. However, I'm a single 30 guy, so what do I know? And so then it sort of resurfaced the whole Bachelor conversation. Muse went on the blind date. There wasn't a second date. And what I brought up was that there were 2. Do you remember? There were. I hate to say finalists. That's not really how it went. Muse got to pick. Muse picked, but there was
finalists.
But there was one contestant that stood out to me.
Yeah.
That I said, hey, this is who I would choose.
Right.
And I think Muse liked that contestant as well. That contestant. The
girl,
the young woman,
the woman,
liked that young woman as well, but chose somebody else. And look, this has happened on The Bachelor, right? Where like they give someone the final rose and they propose, and then like a month later they're broken up and they go back to the one who was like one of the other 3, right? It happens. Like you think you know, but you don't know until you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then look, they were never even introduced here. You know, like it was a blind date thing. So, anyway, I said, look, I want to reach out to the young lady that I would have chosen for Muse. Are you down? So the only contact info we had were email. Was email. So I shot her an email. I went and dug in my email, the contestant list from way back when, and I shot her an email. She hasn't replied yet, but Rooney, email over at Sunshine, said, because I said, hey, maybe you go on a frogging trip, right? I sort of threw that. He said, we can do the frogging thing like Tigers in the Wild, powered by Sunshine. We got a sponsor for it. How about it?
This is just incredible how this happened again. So
Muso
wild.
in the wild, bro.
Muso in the wild.
I don't do great in the wild, I'll be honest. But
dude, that might be a good segment.
I think the young lady who I mentioned, judging by the profile, kind of sounded like she might be down for like some outdoorsy stuff. Like maybe I'll go back and read it again, but we got to get her to commit to doing it. And if not,
then we open up submissions for season 2 of The Bachelor as Muso continues his quest for love.
his lonely existence becoming exhausting, desperate for someone to latch.
Why has this gotten so dark the second time around? Gosh.
I can't even do, I got time to do a straight face.
Man. That's brutal.
I kind of want to open it up again.
I think we already have.
This is so good. We got to get the submission portal back on the website.
Yeah.
Who's interested?
As Musso continues his quest for love on season 2 of The Bachelor.
So good. Muse, maybe we can get y'all dinner at Supper Club. I don't know. I could ask Brandon.
It's a high bar, man. That's a high bar. No, I have not been. That's a high bar.
But I don't know.
The
Look,
last
here's
one
the
was
thing.
a high bar. It was great.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, thank you. That's true. You had like
but see,
a
it didn't work.
table, but it doesn't matter. It's not at the bar. Like it didn't. It's not that you all didn't work because of the venue
That's
or
fair.
the event. It wasn't okay. Like you shoot your shot. You try whatever. It didn't work. Cool. You did it. You say you did it. You got a good story to tell.
I'm about putting shots up. I mean,
There you go.
He's so in the wild.
How about you
bro.
get
He's all
shots
about
over
shooting.
at Supper Club? Oh, by the way, let me remind you. I know I told this yesterday. May 17th and 18th. So that's next Friday, Saturday. So graduation's coming. They've opened up reservations at 3 p.m. next Friday, Saturday for graduation. So if you're looking to celebrate a grad, I mean, there's no better place to do it than Supper Club. I mean, it is like the celebration place. You want to have the best meal you've ever had. You want to do all the celebratory things. They've got it. I mean, creme brulee where they come like torch it at your table. Yeah, I know you love the rolls. Those little rolls they do. Oh, my God. Oh, no, you want the butter cake. That's right.
I could go and just eat butter cake for an appetizer, for my main course, and then for dessert 3 times.
The butter cake is fire. I'm not going to lie to you. And of all the desserts there, that's probably the one I would pick. I'm with you.
It is so tasty. I want to order the whole cake when I go in there. I try to do that. I've done that before.
That's not a bad idea.
I've done
See if
that
they'll sell
before
you
at
cake.
restaurants. They won't do it.
Oh, they'll only sell you by like
they just
the
want to
piece
sell
of
you.
the-
I'm like, I want no.
Make
I want
the whole
cake. Oh, we don't do that, sir. Well,
Oh, they'll do it.
Can you do it?
Yeah, I'm sure.
There
Well,
was
then
a-
how many pieces of cake make a whole cake?
I don't know.
No, this is what you tell them. Say that. Then give me that many and put them all together.
Put them all together.
Like, give me the whole cake.
There was a dessert at a restaurant in Chicago. It was called the Havana Dream Pie, and I had it.
Oh, man.
I had it one time, and it was a similar reaction to what I had with the butter cake. Okay, and so I go back in and I asked for the whole cake, and they gave it to me.
Oh, wow.
The whole pie.
Was this when you were playing?
They probably did it
Yeah,
because-
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he's the shortstop of the Cubs. Of course, we'll give him.
Yeah, we'll give them the whole pie.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good for them.
Golly, it was so good. Both of those.
SupperClubBTR.com if you want to make your reservation. SupperClubBTR.com. I think everybody's seen Supper Club on Instagram. You've seen the fun pictures that people take. It's such a vibe and it's so fun there. But what of course I want to make sure we mention is the food. By the way, Sagrera Farms up in Ethel, the only place in Louisiana, only restaurant in Louisiana where you can get Sagrera Farms beef is at Supper Club, and it's one of those things where this isn't even grass-fed. Like, this is whatever is above that level. I mean, the way that at Sagrera they take care of their cows. I mean, the owner like waters the cows and everything to keep them comfortable. Yeah, it's like they live an amazing life, and it produces the best quality beef. And Chef Layton at Supper Club, they buy the whole animal. They buy the whole animal and they butcher it in-house. I mean, you can't have that experience anywhere else. But the thing I would stress to people all the time is like if you want to go buy a $5,000 bottle of wine and do champagne and do it big and have the A5 Wagyu that's $35 an ounce, you can absolutely do that. You want to go be a baller, you can do that at Supper Club. If you want to go and have a great steak and a bottle of wine and great apps and like have a fine dining experience and pay the same that you would anywhere else, you could do that at Supper Club, but you can't match the experience at Supper Club. Right there on Perkins Road in Baton Rouge. Get your reservation, SupperClubBTR.com, SupperClubBTR.com. And again, remember, so next Friday, Saturday, they're opening early and they're starting seating at 3 o'clock for graduation next Friday, Saturday, the 17th and 18th. supperclubbtr.com. You and I have a big announcement to make.
Yeah.
And it's something we have to let people in on. So we're going to do that when we come back, and we'll do Ask Ryan as well. So you've got a question for Theriot. You can ask Theriot anything about anything. You can email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. There's lots of ways you can get your questions. Did you have something else? It sounded like you're about to say something.
No, I'm good.
You good to go, Froggen, if we can make this happen? Rooney said he's down for that.
We'd have to talk about that one. We would have to talk about that.
Oh, and my guy, Mr. Toby Tomplay, just texted me. He said, I'm heading to a gig. Just turn the radio on. I'll totally do a Musso in the Wild jingle or drop.
I think that would be that's a great segment, man.
Musso in the Wild.
But he doesn't necessarily have to be in the wild. We could video him at the LSU game, and it could be like
Musso in the Wild when he's not in the studio.
Yeah, we spot him, at wherever.
Crikey. It's a big bloke right there.
Oh, Lord.
What are we doing?
I don't know.
You know what else I've noticed since we've been here in this hour?
What's that?
Paul stopped sneezing.
Paul did stop sneezing.
Paul sneezed 6,000 times today, and then in this hour he hasn't sneezed once. Is that right, Paulie? Or did I miss one?
I think I did sneeze when you went to the bathroom.
Oh, I went to pee, yeah.
I don't remember it.
Okay, let's do Ask Ryan to wrap up the show. Get your questions in for Theriot. And Theriot and I have a major life announcement.
Major.
Not that any of you will care, but he and I care, and it's a major life announcement for us. We'll get to that next at AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Hey, remember, if you're going to do your grocery shopping this weekend, going to Make Groceries, make sure that you check out Rouse's weekly ad. So you can go to their website or the app, and you'll see right there at the top of the website or the app, you'll see where it says weekly specials or weekly ad is what it'll say. And it'll give you all of that week's special. So if you're going shopping and you want to make sure that you stick to your budget or whatever the case may be, you can find out everything that they have discounted on sale at Rouse's. All the great sales at all the locations. There it is right there, weekly ads. 70 locations, 70 locations of Rouse's. From Lake Charles to Orange Beach, Alabama, and points in between. Hey, you want flowers for Mother's Day for Mom? Chocolates, a personally decorated cake, a small, personal cake from the kiddos to Mom. You can do it all at Rouse's. Rouse's.com. Rouse's. This feels like home.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All right, down the stretch we come. Final segment here on this Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. LSU baseball this weekend, fired up for it. Paul Skenes' debut this weekend against the Cubs on Saturday, 3 o'clock Central Time. Looking forward to that. I got a lot going on, man. How about you? What you got going on this weekend?
It's going to be kind of relaxed, like calm before the storm this weekend for me. We got graduation coming up. We got a lot of stuff.
Maybe we should do graduation dinner at Supper Club. Get your reservation. All right, let's get to Ask Ryan. Then, as I mentioned, Theriot and I have a big life announcement.
Big life announcement.
It may not affect any of you, and you may not care, but you may care just because it's me and him, and it's a big life announcement, and we're excited about it. We'll get to that life announcement.
It's going to affect them.
Yeah, I know. We're going to get to that life announcement in a minute. Robert Boudreaux's back. Ask Ryan. If you're still a man, and do you still want to fight me? Why does this guy want to?
Who's Robert
I don't know,
Boudreaux?
but he keeps saying that he wants to fight you.
Why does he want to fight?
He's 58 years old.
Oh, come on, Robert.
Lives in Baton Rouge. What a weirdo.
Why is he weird?
I don't know. Tybers Hurts and Matt, can we get the Tyron Mathieu news? Tyron Mathieu news? We talked about Tyron Mathieu in hour number 1. If you want to catch it, you can catch it on demand. AFR on demand, presented by Breck Golf. Check it out there. Mr. Toby Tomplay asked Ryan, if you could have a mural of anything you wanted painted on your office, what would it be?
Oh, man. If I could have a mural, it would 100% be Rony the Tiger.
Little Rony the Tiger? What would be in Rony the Tiger's glasses?
It would be Rony the Roofer.
Rony the Roofer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rony the Roofer.
It would be Rony the Roofer if I could have a mural painted at my new office. Our.
You got a new office?
Our new office.
Our new office?
Our new office.
Huh. I wonder what that office is going to be about. Greg Lehman.
Right across from Blue Bayou, by the way. My favorite place on earth.
Greg Lehman. We're going to get Ask Ryan. You're so excited. I know you are. I know.
Can't take it.
Ask Ryan, man. I really hope these Tigers can make the field of 64. Am I right?
Yep, you're right, Greg. You are right, bud.
Eric asked Ryan, what's your favorite all-time sports movie?
Gotta be Field of Dreams. I really like The Natural. Like The Rookie. Baseball movie. Sandlot. Love Sandlot. Muse did a great job in that
one. You're killing me, Smalls. Ask Ryan, favorite beach?
Not gonna say this because you want me to say this one. You want me to say 30A, Rosemary Beach area.
Yeah, 30A isn't the beach, that's the road.
You want to say Rosemary, like that whole area.
Yeah, that's what
you want me to say that. And it's a beautiful beach.
You can say it because it's true.
No, my favorite beach is Pensacola Beach. That's my favorite beach.
Why would you say that?
That's it. Navarre Beach.
Well, actually, Pensacola, what's that place in Pensacola?
Portofino.
Yeah, Portofino's good.
It's great. Navarre's great.
We did Portofino as our family vacation several times. That was a great beach
Wonderful.
vacation. Yeah.
Beautiful sand. The water's nice. Not as packed.
Dude, I was sitting at my desk earlier today, and I had like an American Express notification hit, and it was a large purchase approved, and I was like, what is that? I screenshot it, sent it to Erica. It was Erica's card. I'm like, what did you buy? She's like, that's the beach vacation this summer. Calm down. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Sorry. Okay.
Are we ready?
For the last 3+ years, Ryan and I have been partnered together with Richard Tilley and Joe Morales and Scott and so many other great people. And we had a relationship with Hudco Roofing, which in recent months, we decided not to renew that contract with HUDCO.
We don't have that relationship anymore.
They're great people, like awesome company, but the two sides said, hey, look, we're just going to go different directions.
We're not, yeah.
So you, Richard Tilley,
Trent Davis,
Joe Morales, Trent,
yep,
Ty, Zach, our whole crew.
Everybody.
Like all the same people. Christina in the office. Everybody. We just said, okay, we're going to go do this thing.
We're doing this.
And what is this? You, sir, please. You do the...
It's Parrish Construction and Roofing. You guys can see the hat if you saw the social media. Hold on, I got some stuff here.
Oh, you got stuff?
I got some
What kind
swag
of stuff
here
you
because
got?
we like to do this.
You got stuff?
We got the Parrish hat.
The Parrish hat?
The Parrish hat.
Hey, what are we going to... Oh, you don't throw it another way.
We got
the
hat.
Wait.
I can't stop.
Parrish
Construction and Roofing.
Please
Parrish.
tell everybody what you were about to say about the interstate near I-10.
New office going up across from Blue Bayou on the interstate and I-10. You're going to start seeing the signs. The Parrish Tower.
Oh.
The Parrish Tower is a thing, and it's coming.
If you traverse I-10 near Highland Road.
Which one, Paul?
It's that one. Everybody.
We're throwing cups.
What are you
We got hats. We got hats going for Paul and Muse. We got cups everywhere.
Wait, stop. Hold on.
Parrish Construction and Roofing.
Follow
is coming.
parishbuilt.com.
Parish Built
is the website. Like we've said for the last 3.5 years, do business with someone you know.
That's it.
That's Ryan, that's me, that's Tilly, that's our whole crew. And go to parishbuilt.com and follow us on social media at Parish Built. It's time for Parish
It's coming.
Construction and Roofing.
Oh, yeah, we're coming.
Let's go!
We're coming. We're coming. We're coming with Joe Morales. We're coming with Trent Davis. We're coming with Matt Moscona. We're coming with Tilly. We're coming with
Get the cup. What am I supposed to talk about now? Oh, get a bottle of Evermore. You know what I can do?
Don't throw the Evermore.
You know what I can do? I can take my bottle of Evermore and I can pour it into my Parrish Construction and Roofing
That's
cup
right.
right there while I wear my Parrish Construction and Roofing hat. You know what, man? I'm actually pretty fired up. Had a great conversation today with Lady Jag, who obviously is our director of First Impressions here at the front desk at Guarantee. And she's doing a homeless outreach event next month. And I'm going to make sure we get 20 cases of Evermore out there for the homeless. So awesome thing. I love talking about Evermore. They're an amazing local company. It's crazy to know the national distribution they have. I mean, Dak Prescott is a national endorser that they have, and this is a company on the North Shore, and it's natural artesian water. This is a healthier water source, better source of hydration, healthier for your kids, for your family. It's Evermore. Pick it up at great local retailers or at evermore.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Elevate brand visibility, ignite customer engagement with the power of radio and digital advertising combined. Guarantee Digital Media brings the two together as a trusted media partner in Louisiana for nearly a century. Claim your free digital audit at guaranteemedia.com.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park